Service for over 25 years, serving over 40,000 happy customers. Free pipe in just 1 to 2 days at half the cost of a plumber with a lifetime guarantee. So say goodbye to leaks once and for all. Enjoy a pipe leak-free home and eliminate the risk of potential water damage. Call us today for your free in-home estimate. We'll even take 20% off our already low price and receive 0% interest when you call today. 720-573-0086. 720-573-0086. That's 720-573-0086.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
Coming up at 5 after the hour, listen for your chance to win $1,000 on KHOW Denver.
ABC News, I'm Alex Perez. Why are only about 40% of senior citizens agreeing to be vaccinated on Oklahoma's Osage Indian Reservation? Dr. Ronald Shaw heads the area's medical service.
We've heard everything from short time frame for researching the vaccines and therefore not knowing what the longer-term side effects might be, to people who felt like this was a conspiracy by the government to put microchips in all vaccinated people.
New York City bringing back in-person education for middle schoolers. Mayor Bill de Blasio.
Because of the incredible efforts of everyone in our school system, our schools are amongst the safest places in all of New York City.
The middle school plan starts on the 25th. As part of the big COVID relief package, House Democrats are expected to introduce a proposal expanding the child tax credit. Americans earning up to $75,000 or couples making up to $150,000 annually would get up to $3,500 per child. This is ABC News. Get used to the idea of more shots in the arm, say British health experts.
Questions over vaccine effectiveness means COVID jabs may well have to be updated annually.
Of course they do, for God's sakes. I've said that in the beginning, for God's sakes.
These jabs are a few flu jabs. It would not be unreasonable to suggest something similar here, a virus that will always try to outwit us. And we've just got to make sure we get the flu shot annually.
Developers of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine expect to have a one-time jab expanded to South Africa.
Wouldn't it be nice if they could just do the COVID and the flu, just all one, just one shot? I don't know. I don't know if they're the same. I thought the flu shot was a dead virus, where this one triggers your cells. You're right, but why can't they be? Exactly. I don't know why. I don't know how that should work. That'd be curious. I wonder if Doc knows that. This is a unique one, how it goes in and basically triggers your T cells. I was reading this article. It's giving us, instead of the virus giving in, it is. It's signaling to create antibodies. Instead of the dead virus giving a signal, it took a marker that a virus does and gave you that marker. Yeah, so it tricks your body into thinking, oh, if we have that marker, create the cells. You know, we must have the virus. What's wild, though, is your T cells. They're saying even after 8 or 9 months, people that had it for sure, they're looking at the antibodies. And although the antibodies have decreased from, say, 3 months over, your T cells remember it so well that if it is introduced again, all of a sudden, you build up antibodies very quickly again.
Indeed you do. And the moment you sponsor a job on
Geez, what would they do back in the day? There's nothing they would do. I mean, think of the shit these people are doing now.
And get a $75 credit for your first sponsored job.
So Joe is going to hold till 11:30, then I'm going to call him back at 12:30, Tommy. Gigi said, I'll be out of the doctor's with my kids in 15 or 20 minutes. I'll let you know. So I've been holding that. No, just, okay. I'll let her know. I'll call her back.
Yeah. Every instructor who wants the vaccine, their first dose of treatment before the end of the month. Some might begin to be in the 4th week because they checked this conflict, maybe they had unrelated cold and couldn't go in. But essentially, we are prepared as a state to partner with the providers to provide all the vaccine needed for educators over the 3-week period. Larger school districts are being instructed to vaccinate a third of their employees each week until all of them get their shots. Healthcare providers were still emphasizing getting doses for those 70 and older. Hikers and climbers are going to be shut out of some areas of Rocky Mountain National Park starting next week. Closures of the Lumpy Ridge and Lockville areas will begin due to high nesting activity by raptors. Closures are expected to continue July 31st. Coming up, loss to the Kings over the weekend. Nuggets are at home tonight. Jamal Murray questionable, so they may not be at full strength again when the Bucks come to town. College hoops this afternoon as CU hosts Oregon State.
That's the latest. I'm Chuck Clark.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, delays on eastbound I-70 on the west side of town. Problem was some debris, gravel, was spilled all across the lanes of eastbound I-70 at the I-76 interchange there. Still seeing some delays as crews are on the scene trying to get that cleared. Travel through there with caution. It's about the only slow spot on the highway drive across town. I-25 easily up to speed downtown. Up from the high country, chain and traction laws still in place both directions of US 6 over Loveland Pass. Fox 31 pinpoint weather. Mostly sunny and breezy today with a high 43. Tonight, partly cloudy overnight with a low of 12. Right now, partly cloudy and 20 in Denver. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
Audible delivers the best audio entertainment all in one app. Choose a plan that's right for you and make it a year of Audible originals, best-selling audiobooks, popular podcasts, and more. Start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com.
If you're in chronic pain, you may have been told you need to live with it.
You know, I fucking signed up and
find out more at PowerPainCare.com.
I don't know. I was supposed to be notified, and they never did. Kaiser, it's just weird. Because I'm not a member, so they probably don't give a shit.
And other evidence-based treatment with proven
Kaiser
results.
ID.
PowerPainCare.com. Accepted by most insurance.
Yeah, but I think they're doing it for a lot of places, you know.
For half a century, the world has sought answers to the question, what happened to Jim Duncan?
I have a Kaiser ID and everything.
It's an 8-part investigative podcast into the remarkable life
just wish
and mysterious death of Super Bowl champion.
My logins are not being remembered anymore.
Jim Duncan.
The story was that my brother took a gun off a police officer and shot himself. Most people don't believe that.
Listen to the Long Shot with Chairman podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. It's Russ Kaminsky. Mornings at 6. President Trump's second impeachment trial starts Tuesday. What do we have from the House managers? And how will Republicans in the Senate react? We'll preview it all with Andy McCarthy Tuesday morning at 6:05 here on 630 KHOW. It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword SMILE to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's SMILE 100-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show. I need somebody. Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hello, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. Did you know at any given moment, people are trying to hack into your cell phone? They may hack into it and you don't even know it. They're just getting information, and they know how to email you about stuff in your phone. Yeah, they're hidden hacks, hidden intrusions. SaferNet.com can help you. Okay, for $2 a month on your cell phone, an app on your cell phone stays there and keeps those attacks out. It also filters all your information. It can do the same on your computer or laptop, whatever you have, a tablet. $2 a month. In fact, you get 44 days free by simply downloading the app and putting Tom in the promo code. 44 days free. SaferNet.com. All right, let's keep going. Solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. Dave said he worked at a few places and is having trouble with unemployment. All right, I think you're trying to show us you had continuous employment. What is the issue, Dave?
The issue is, okay, I worked, when the pandemic hit in March of 2020, my employer, Triple Canopy, I got reduced to 2 days a week. So I applied for unemployment for the days that I wasn't working. And I was receiving partial unemployment from April of 2020 until late October of 2020. Then I went back to work for Universal Protection November 4th of 2020, and obviously didn't put in any more claims because they had a full-time slot. So I received a notice of determination from the unemployment division saying that because I resigned from this employment, I'm not eligible for the benefits that they already paid. I'm just trying to figure out if they tapped into Universal.
Okay, hold on.
Benefits.
Because you resigned from the place where you were getting partial unemployment, you are no longer entitled to future unemployment there, but they wanted to take back the past as well?
They're saying based on the wages you earned, we must remove the money from those benefits from your claim.
Yeah, for the past or for the future.
Well, it just says we might be able to pay you benefits based on wages you earned from another employer. But I'm like, I don't know, because universal protection is the one that they have listed on this determination.
Okay,
and
but what do you care? What do you care? If you're not working, you don't need unemployment. You're not working there. You're working somewhere else. Why do you care?
Because they're saying that I may be responsible for like an overpayment or benefits I wasn't entitled to.
When did you get that notice? When did you get that notice, Dave?
A week ago.
Okay. They're saying you may have to reimburse is what they're saying because you quit Universal.
Back in January of 19?
No. What I'm saying is, when you quit there, though, did you quit or did you go to work somewhere else?
I resigned and went to work for Triple Canopy because it was a better opportunity.
I get it. And what I don't understand is because you quit in 19 to get a better job, they're saying that the supplemental unemployment, that's what you were getting technically, supplemental unemployment insurance, even though they don't call it that, you were getting unemployment to supplement your cut paycheck, right?
Yeah, they called it partial.
I get it. And one of the requirements of partial unemployment is that you stay at that place. Okay? So there's a little snag here in that you did not stay. But I get why you did not stay. You just have to explain it to someone. And we do have the someone you can explain it to. That's the good news. So we can get, we can explain this. Now, I've been promising this for weeks. They have switched over to a new system. They are going crazy. But I promise you, we can get eyeballs on this that count. But they have not started collecting yet, did they? They just put you on notice. Isn't that right?
No, I went ahead. I wrote a letter of appeal, which they said, if you don't agree with this, appeal it. And I said, I'm appealing it because I don't understand it.
And, okay, I'm afraid that your appeal should have been written a little differently. It should have simply said, though I left the employ, I got it was for a better job, period. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And then I did the required job search you're supposed to do when you're on unemployment and got another job. So I don't get this.
Did you say that?
Yes, in my appeal letter,
good.
Yeah.
Then you did a good job. What you need to do is you need to give us a copy of the appeal, the original letter and your appeal letter, along with your contact information. Suzanne will tell you how to get it to us. 303-713-TALK. Now, Joe was on hold last week. Let's get him up here. Joe, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. So you've helped me out a few times. I'm a general contractor. I got in contact, or a guy got in contact with me about moving some dirt. He's a a contractor for moving dirt.
Okay, he's an excavator. So now what?
So
got it.
Basically what he does, he just sets it up to transport it. Basically, that's what I understand.
Okay.
I got paid from him after, 3 or 4 weeks.
What were you doing for him? What were you doing?
Grading.
You were operating machinery, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Out at a gun range. Yep. He was importing dirt out there. I was grading it for the gun range.
Heavy equipment operator. Then what?
So then, after about 3 weeks, he paid me. After the job was done for about 3 weeks, he kept delaying me out. He asked me to run and get him a check from another company and send it to New York.
Here's all I care about, Joe. Here's all I care about. What are you calling about? You were not paid?
Right.
Okay. Right. How much does he owe you?
$1,000. Okay.
Why is he not paying? Or she? I'm assuming it's what, a company, a guy, a woman? Tell me.
I think it's a guy.
Okay. Now, why is he not paying you? What would he tell us if we called him? Would he say, hey, he did a bad job? Or would he say something else? What would he say?
I don't know, because I can't get him to call me back, but I did look his name up. And he has 3 different names that he goes under for his name and 4 different dirt companies.
Okay.
So I'm feeling like, and then when you look at his reviews, he's like, I paid $6,000 down. This one guy puts, I paid $6,000 down.
What's the name? So he's
up.
screwing consumers as well. What's the name of the company?
Dirt Sales is one of them.
What is another?
Earthly Materials.
Earthly what?
Materials.
What else?
Dirt Delivery LLC.
Yeah. Okay.
And Order Dirt.
Order what?
Order Dirt.
What kind of property was it where you were working?
Gun range.
Yeah, Mark's going to suggest a lien.
Yeah, of course.
Have you thought about putting a lien on that property?
I have.
Well, Joe.
Yeah.
You got to do it. I mean, if you're in business for yourself, you have to do it.
Yeah.
That's your first step. That is way stronger than a phone call from us. I'm not telling you we won't help, but you have to start the lien process. And you start first with a notice of lien to the owner of the property.
Yeah.
Generally, that gets their attention.
Do you know how to do you know how to do all of that?
Yeah, I do.
Why are you so hesitant? I can hear it in your voice.
I hear hesitation as well. Hold on, we'll find out why.
Well, it's the start of a new year, and if you're a timeshare employee, just pay your annual maintenance fees. But if you're feeling stuck in an unwanted timeshare,
O'Brien,
it's not
Art of
too late
Granite.
to get out.
What's Rocky Mountain? What's that?
Rocky Mountain IV. It says.
Oh man. Okay, that's a brand new one. Oh God, hold on. I have to do it.
Look up their website.
Timeshare termination team this month, and they will apply what you paid for this
I got
year's
it.
maintenance fee
They're
toward the
great.
cost of our services. Timeshare
Oh,
termination team will get you out of your timeshare legally and permanently, guaranteed.
I wish this wasn't. I like to do the first one a little longer. I wish it wasn't in my.
And receive a maintenance fee.
Can you move Art of Granite and let me have a little longer on this one? Just move it, and then I'll do it later on.
Timeshare termination team.
Or move this one. I know we're not supposed to, but I promise you, it's for the client. O'Brien Legal Services. That's what you have when you have a law firm for real estate. O'Brien Legal Services. I want you to remember that name. It is so important. When you're in real estate, when you're doing a transaction, you're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars, yet you never call a real estate attorney. You know what? You got to break that tradition. Real estate attorneys are invaluable. For a few $100s, you can get them to review your documents, whether residential or commercial. Buying and selling, loan docs, leases, complicated deals, property line disputes, fence issues, easements, adverse possession. O'Brien Legal Services. You'll get a firm that specializes in real estate. Brad O'Brien and his team. OLSlaw.com. 720-370-7388. All right, I want to tell you about something I promised I'd tell you about last week. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. It sounded too good to be true until I did it. They come to your home. Now, I'm a big believer in hydration. And Rocky Mountain IV Medics comes to your home, and it doesn't cost you any more than going to an IV bar. They come to your home. Registered nurses or paramedics at your door. Professional, wonderful. Now, I got the Myers cocktail, it's called. That's general wellness, but there's something else you need to know. I got something called NAD. Oh my goodness. This therapy will rejuvenate you like you've never felt before. I cannot say enough about it. But they also do vitamin deficiencies, general dehydration, ailments. What about migraines, sickness, helping to support your immune system? Whatever you need, they can do at your door. You can call or text them. 720-987-2155. You do not have to wait a long time either. They have immediate appointments. And the great part is you pay no more than going somewhere, but you do it at home. I was in my easy chair, sitting down, watching Netflix, getting hydrated, and don't forget the NAD, incredible therapy. Rocky Mountain IVmedics.com. 720-987-2155. 720-987-2155.
Valentine's Day. You guys, the iHeart streaming app is completely down, so the only place you can listen to us right now is on 6:30 a.m.
Yeah, well, ours is up now.
Our video just came up? Oh, I didn't know that.
Came up at the 11, yeah.
Oh, I did not see that, babe. Okay.
Relaxation. The answer, men, is a gift package from my friends at Bovisage Skincare and Spa. At Bovisage, your wife, your girlfriend, your fiance will have a wonderful experience, like my wife Kristen just did a few days ago with a relaxing hot stone facial that combines a facial and a massage. And that's just one of so many possible treatments. At Bovisage, there are so many gift packages to choose from at very affordable prices, and it's really easy to organize. So call Bovisage at 303-779-5002. That's 303-779-5002. Or purchase online at bvspa.com. That's bvspa.com. And please do tell them Ross sent you.
I like a bed that's really firm.
I need something a little softer than that.
Rest easy. The Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed, you can both adjust your comfort with your Sleep Number setting.
Can it really help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
Okay, but can it help keep us asleep?
It senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you effortlessly comfortable. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep, life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition Smart Bed, plus special financing on all Smart Beds and Fun Bed. To learn more, go to sleepnumber.com. Special financing subject to credit approval. Minimum monthly payments required. See store for details.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents
Come on, Limu, keep pedaling. We got to build our endurance to let more people know that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Pick up the Pittsburgh legs.
Hey, don't talk to Limu like that.
I'm not. I'm talking to you.
Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Get a customized quote at libertymutual.com.
From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Frigid start with some fog earlier this morning, leading to partly sunny skies. 46 the high today, but get ready for some cold weather late this week. I'm Fox 31, Pinpoint Weather Meteorologist Brooks Garner. Audible delivers the best audio entertainment all in one app. Choose a plan that's right for you and make it a year of Audible originals, best-selling audiobooks, popular podcasts, and more. Start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK.
713-8255. Now we're going to take all of your calls at 303-713-TALK, so get them in. And a little later, I want to talk to Joe Chiano. Joe is a financial advisor. Joe, we talk about Become the Banker a lot, but there's something else I want to talk about that we don't talk about often enough. And that is this guaranteed retirement pension, which I find just as attractive. Now, again, Joe believes in income. His products are based on income, producing income later in life. But the product, Become the Banker, can be used during your life as your own personal bank to take loans and pay back on purpose with interest on purpose to fund your own retirement. It's something you just need to know more about. But let's talk about this guaranteed retirement pension. Can you explain it to me? To me, that's what I want. And I understand you don't have to be young to get involved.
That is right, Tom. You know, we believe in safety. So the guaranteed retirement pension is a safety-first product. People will never lose a dime if they invest money into this product. It is for people that may have a lump sum of money just sitting around, not working properly for them, or maybe they have an IRA or a 401k or any other retirement account that is really tied to the stock market and they're afraid of losing their money. They can transfer those funds absolutely with no taxation into the guaranteed retirement pension account, Tom, and they will get safety. They will get a bonus to transfer their money, a 9% bonus just to transfer their money. Think about that. That's a 9% increase.
Right.
And if they keep the plan for a certain amount of time, they will get a guaranteed paycheck every single month for the rest of their lives.
Now, what I like about this, Joe, and what made it attractive for me is I have some money in a lump sum, and I'm older. But I only have to keep it in there a few years. And in some rare cases, people can put their money from a savings account or from a plan into this and immediately start getting income because they use... Yeah, so you kind of get to choose what you want your income to be, and you contribute accordingly.
That is right. That's right. So you can take it 30 days from the day that you put in the lump sum or transfer the plan, or you can wait. So if you wait a little bit longer, your income, your pension is going to be bigger.
You know, several years ago, Deputy Doc said he had some money and he did this because he wanted income. And he was more concerned with income than return. And he is getting that now, and he told me about it. So when I talk to you about this guaranteed retirement pension, it's an absolute written contract for a guarantee.
Absolutely. It's a guaranteed contract, and just like Deputy Doc said to you, he bought income.
Right.
He said, I bought income. You're basically buying an income for the rest of your life. But, Tom, guess what? If the client needs long-term care, the same guaranteed retirement pension account will help pay for long-term care expenses, which is...
Now, obviously, there are a lot of details to this, and you're giving up liquidity, but for a good reason. A lot of people, when you have money sitting in the bank, all you do is draw it down and it goes away. This gives you it's a generator, really, for income. And you get to choose how much you want to participate. That's what I love. So
that is right.
So, Joe, if they go, now this is where I don't want him to get confused. Become the Banker is mostly about your overfunding life insurance, which is a great product too. It's a guaranteed return. It's a bit. But they can find out about both if they sign up at becomethebanker.org.
Absolutely. You know, that's what we build our financial foundation.
Okay.
Those two products.
Now,
so they can call Become the Banker or go to becomethebanker.org.
I'm going to give that number out. So it's becomethebanker.org. You know, it's hard to endorse investment products. And it's almost impossible to guarantee returns. You're not allowed to even say guaranteed returns unless they're guaranteed. This is guaranteed. So you have guaranteed retirement pension or guaranteed returns. Find out more, becomethebanker.org, 303-779-6600. This is a real deal. Now, I want to talk to Joe a little. If you have any questions, you can email him, okay? help@troubleshooter.com or call us. You can call 303-713-TALK or 303-MARTINO. I want to talk to this dirt guy because I want to make sure he knows what he has to do.
We also got the contract on that lady that has the issue with Tough Shed.
Excellent. Excellent. So, Joe, you realize you have to start with a lien, right?
Yeah, Tom, I do. And,
now, why were you hesitating? Why? We hear it in your voice. What is it about a lien? I'm not saying we won't help you. Sure. And maybe our help will be quicker, maybe not. As soon as that owner of that property gets a notice that you're going to lien, trust me, he's going to make noise. What's the guy's name behind Dirt Sales, Earthly Materials, Dirt Delivering LLC, or Dirt Delivery, or Order Dirt? Who's the mastermind behind all of these?
His first name is John, and his last name is Daly, D-A-I-L-E-Y. Or D-A-L-Y, or D-E-E. And if you go on...
D-E-E?
I went on and I found... Yeah, just D-E-E, John D.
Okay.
And none of those pictures are him.
What?
On his None of those pictures are him. So here's the reason I hesitate. One is I have a pretty large estimate into that gun club to remodel their clubhouse that I'd like to get. I'd like to get that job. The other thing is, after I read these reviews from this guy just doesn't care. He does not care. I mean, he took $6,000 from one guy and never even showed up with the trucks at all. I don't know what he did with the dirt.
We may have discovered.
Never showed up.
We may have discovered the next member of the sleazbrigade.com, but this is important for me to ask. Why does he get away with it?
Because he never talks to you person to person. The guy that manages the gun club, Paul, he met the guy one time. He met him and Eric. So Eric is his partner, I guess. But he has promised me so many times.
You've never met him.
On my way.
You've never met him.
No. He's like, I'm on my way down there.
You've never met this man ever. You've just talked to him on the phone.
Yep.
Do you have a cell phone?
Yeah.
I need to get that off the air.
Okay.
Now,
I got a couple different numbers for you.
And when you call him, what does he say?
He won't answer any of my calls anymore. I have probably 90 text messages from him about, hey,
thank goodness you only owe. Thank goodness you're only owed $1,000.
That's the other reason I'm a little hesitant. I've got many thousands of dollars worth of an estimate over to Paul at the gun range that he's going to have me remodel.
Does Paul know Does Paul know that this guy's a dirtbag? No pun intended.
He knows.
Okay.
He does.
Then maybe hold on. How about he pretend that he's afraid of getting a lien, and he calls this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Why not?
I didn't think of that way.
Why not?
What I really wanted to do is have Tom Martino order like 1 million yards of dirt to Timbuktu and have him deliver it.
What we can do is let people know about him, and we can call him and say, are you going to pay?
Do you see his reviews? Tom, do you see any of his reviews?
Well, we haven't done anything yet, but we will. I'll start with, do I do it on his name or on his company's?
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter because he has 3 different names and 4 different company names. I honestly believe his name is John Daly. I really think it is because in Sacramento, it pulls up as John Daly is a, dirt moving contractor. He moves dirt. He doesn't excavate. He just puts deals together where excavators are looking to either get dirt, import it, or export dirt. And he just puts those deals together.
Well, listen, you got to give him E for effort. The point is, Earth Materials LLC, is that what you're talking about?
That's the one in Sacramento.
Mm-hmm. Is this him?
Yeah, Earthly Materials.
Okay. So we have to figure it out. I don't know what to say. We can warn people about him. I hope people will contact us. Hold on. Give Suzanne his phone number. I'm Tom Martino.
This is Denver's talk station with Tom Martino now. Dan plus today at 4, 6:30 KHOW, Denver. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, delays continue on the west side of town on eastbound I-70 at the I-76 interchange. Gravel was spilled across all lanes of the highway there. That's the problem. They're trying to get that cleared out of the way. Troubleshooter with caution. There's a bit of a delay downtown on southbound I-25, a bit slow either side of the Spear. Otherwise, the highway drive in the metro area looking good. Up in the high country, chain of traction laws still in place in both directions of US 6 over Loveland Pass. 31 pinpoint weather, mostly sunny and breezy today with a high near, you good on these? Now it remains partly cloudy and 20. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
It's a new year and an all-new Audible. Enjoy exclusive Audible original.
You know what? When I'm done, I'm going to let Mark do Simply Floors. I'm going to do 2. Mark, Simply Floors.
30-day trial at audible.com.
Affordable interest mortgage. That's owned and operated by Kurt Rogers. For many, many years I've known him. He's been on my referral list. We use him as our mortgage expert since 2001. It's AI AImortgage.net, affordable interest mortgage. The reason I send you to that website is because it is chock full of help for you. You know, most websites are just like brochures. This website will get you tools. He can help you, really help you on his website. He has rent versus buy or own. He has debt consolidation and what it's all about, a refinance break-even calculator, early payoffs, a 24/7 loan status. You can log in and find out where your loan is. He is all about service. Affordable interest mortgage, 720-895-0500. Anyone can brag about rates when they're low like this, but the service is unmatched. AImortgage.net, 720-895-0500. Another place I love for the service, theartofgranite.com. And Mitch Floria. It's very simple. Call Mitch, get your price on the phone, 303-386-5919. He has a showroom. You can make appointments to go there, or, of course, they can come to your home with samples, theartofgranite.com. And you get a price on the phone because he charges wholesale for all materials. Tear out and haul away's free. The bathroom's free when you do the kitchen. And you can have countertops in 2 weeks from the time you pick your materials. Get your price, 303-386-5919. SimplyFloorsInc.com. Mark, what do you think? You've used them, I've used them, we all use them.
Numerous times, and what we're going to have them out, they're going to give us a bid now on sanding down our existing hardwood and refinishing it so it looks brand new. They've got a crew that does this now. So if you don't want their beautiful new carpet, if you do not need that LVT, which they sell, or new hardwood, they can come out and get your hardwood looking brand new. SimplyFloorsInc.com. They'll bring the showroom to you.
Did you know that secondhand marijuana smoke has many of the same chemicals in secondhand tobacco smoke?
Stance is a no cost.
You guys, here's an interesting one on
For
one.
6 months, I said, yeah.
On line one. He just bought a brand new vehicle, 250 miles on it on Saturday from Mike Shaw Jeep. Found in the glove box, it was already sold to someone and returned because it needed a new transmission.
Oh my God, that needed to be disclosed. Honest to God, why did they do this?
Well, maybe they did a new transmission, though. Is he having transmission problems?
He just bought it on Saturday, then he finds all this paperwork.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Maybe they
did. Maybe they did it.
Someone get away with carelessness. If you've been injured, you need help. John Fuller, the person I recommend to all my listeners. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. John Fuller, 303-597-4500. PersonalInjuryCO.com. Kitchens, baths, counters and floors, and even replacement windows and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. Hi, I'm Todd Cicchini. You know, my dad started making that pledge on the radio when I was no more than 12 years old.
Mark, did you get a chance to look at that Tough Shed contract? I have it back. Okay.
Yep.
So you guys are good there. Okay.
As we'd like to be treated. And this is Dan Cicchini. Todd's totally correct. We know that you want a quality job at a fair price. You want good service and timeliness of completion. You want honesty. You want to feel comfortable. And you simply want to be treated well. That's what I'd want too. And Dad, I know that's why we've done our best over the years to make their wants our objective. You bet, Todd. So folks, if you're ready, we're ready to serve you. Whether it's a fresh new look in your kitchen and bath, or the warmth and quiet of replacement windows, call us. You have our word, we'll treat you right.
Mark, do you know, with that Joe guy and the dirt contractor, you guys were suggesting a lien, and he was hemming and hawing, then you brought him back. I missed the whole call, and then Tom says, give Suzanne the phone number. What am I taking the phone number for?
The phone number of the guy, the bad guy that's not paying him.
And we're taking it for what reason? Am I supposed to call him?
Yeah, but we're not going to be able to get in touch with him, but that's what he was talking about.
Okay.
I mean, maybe we can get in touch with him. I don't know.
UnitedVeinCenters.com for more information. Or call 1-800-NEW-LEGS to schedule your free vein screening today. That's 1-800-NEW-LEGS. United Vein Centers, America's top vein care center.
If you've ever sold a home, you know it's a hassle. From the prep work to the open houses, not to mention the surprise showings. What if I told you there was a stress-free way to buy and sell a home? Well, go to Orchard.com. Their Move First service helps you buy, then list your old home once you're all moved out. That means you'll never have to deal with showings, open houses, double moves, or double mortgages. And to make sure you get the best possible price, Orchard can also handle making repairs or updates, so your home is list ready. Joe, a recent Orchard client, said, with Orchard we got our new home for $10,000 less and got asking price on our old one. Highly recommend. Kevin, another client, said, we didn't have to carry 2 mortgages, didn't have to rush to move, and most importantly, we beat out 7 other offers for our new home. Go to Orchard.com now, enter your address, and get started with a free valuation. It's that easy. That's Orchard.com. Again, Orchard.com.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TOM. 303-713-8255. All right, Mark, we have the contract on Tough Shed. I have not reviewed it.
Yeah, I looked at it.
And of course, we can't give you legal advice, Summer, not at all, but we're looking at it as if this happened to us. This shed was put close to the fence, too close. It violates planning. And here's the deal, they're willing to move it for you. And then you're saying, well, wait a minute, had I known it would have to be moved, I would have designed it differently. They should have known there was a 5-foot setback. I think that you need to take some responsibility as well. I just do.
But I'm going to disagree.
But I think that it all has to do with contract. What are you disagreeing on?
I'm disagreeing with your statement.
Which statement?
It says building permits, that she needs to do something. If this was me and I was her, I'd be very upset at Tough Shed. Listen to this. Number 2, 2.1. Tough Shed shall provide the service of obtaining a building permit on behalf of the owner for the project at the job site. If the project is subject to HOA, then the owner has to do it. This spells it out. Mark, they should have handled this. I realize you're going to get into the setback issue, but I'm telling you, the way I look at this, this is their issue.
Mark, I didn't have the benefit of seeing the contract.
Yeah.
You can disagree with me all you want, but the point is this. It did not require a permit.
I understand.
So now it's hazy. So listen, if they're not required to get a permit, how would they know about the 5-foot setback?
I don't know, but I'm telling you, if this was me,
Mark,
I'd be putting it to them. How about you, if this was you?
Here's what I'm saying. It says they're responsible for getting a permit. I assume that means responsible for getting a permit if required. There's no permit required. They purposely built it. She wanted it. They did it, and it fell under the permit requirements. So what did they violate by not getting a permit if a permit was not required?
What do you call a setback then? I mean, generally, what would a setback, besides being part of permitting a new building or structure,
well, no,
what else would it be?
It's not part of permitting. It's part of the planning department's it's part of zoning. So the only way to find that out would be on a map, or which spell. Not all maps even spell back setbacks. If it was an HOA, is this setback a building department or planning department regulation? If so,
I'm sure it's city or county.
But and the whole point is, they had no knowledge of it because they never went for a permit.
Tom,
because it didn't require a permit.
What I'm saying is all they do is build and install sheds.
Right.
That's their entire function in life.
That's right.
They know about setbacks. They know about permits. I am shocked just by looking at number 2 here that they didn't ask for any setback or know of any setbacks at that point.
Being shocked or not is one thing. I am positive they've come across setbacks before. The owner said, I am designing this especially to go here. Should they have said, and by the way, I'm asking questions. Yeah. Should they have said to her, by the way, you may not be able to put it here? Is that their responsibility to bring that up? That is the entire issue. And by contract, I was hoping you would find something that said, I would hope that you would find something that said, if this is against this, or this, or this, our homeowner takes all responsibility. But you didn't find that.
No, there's nothing like that. But listen to this. This is 8.1. Tough Shed and the owner mutually commit to use reasonable care to meet the requirements of state, federal, and local law.
Now, that is a wonderful clause. Read it again.
Tough Shed and owner mutually commit to use reasonable care to meet the requirements of state, federal, and local law when discharging their responsibilities under this agreement.
That could hook them. Do you know why?
And that's why I go right back to what I was saying. They should know because this is all they do. They have a much more reasonable knowing of the laws when it comes to setbacks.
You mean more of an expectation that they would know? I don't know if they should know, but they certainly should have at least asked. You know, this is really weird. Now, here's the good part. They're not disputing some responsibility. They're saying, we will move it.
There's one other issue, though, that I don't think she brought up, and I don't know if it's there. Did you actually have a slab poured?
Oh, what, sorry?
Slab.
Is this on a slab, concrete?
No.
Okay, good.
We dug out a whole bunch of rocks. But, Tom, the one thing I would add is I was on the phone with the building department and Tough Shed about a permit. What I paid for did require a permit, and I was advised by Tough Shed to make the loft one flat smaller so it didn't have to be permitted.
Okay.
So what I paid for actually did require a permit, and I was advised by Tough Shed to reduce the footprint so it did not have to be permitted.
And why did they advise you of that? What was in it for them? Yes, and also to make it cheaper, did they charge you for a permit?
No.
Okay, so they were trying to save you some money and speed up the process, and you could have said, no, I want a permit. Did you say that?
No.
What did you say? Okay, that's fine.
Well,
What? Give me a break. No, Summer, since you're taking no responsibility, at least be honest with me. What did you say when they recommended you go a foot smaller to avoid the permit process? What did you say?
Here's the thing. This conversation happened days before the installation, so if we did not get the permit, we would have to delay the installation and I would have to pay for warehousing of the material. So there was a negative consequence to me not agreeing to that.
Well, of course there was. That's why they wanted to help you not get a permit. Summer, for some reason, you're trying to impute to them some kind of conspiracy that they did not want to get a permit because it would have revealed something. And then what? Are you saying that they, do you think they had good intentions by trying to bypass the permit or dastardly intentions? What are you thinking? You keep saying you were talked out of a permit. Yet now you're telling me if you got a permit, it would have taken longer, not only cost you for the permit, it would have cost you for warehousing. By the way, Summer, I am not blaming you for this, and I am not telling you they have no responsibility. I think they do have responsibility, as a matter of fact. If it was me, I would demand that they move it. But guess what? You're not demanding that they move it because they've already agreed to that. You're demanding not only do they move it, but they redesign and rebuild one based on a new location. And I feel that is totally unreasonable.
She's also saying, though, that she followed their advice as the experts to change the order. Due to her following their advice, now she's kind of screwed.
Okay. And she has zero responsibility. That said they would mutually do something. So she has zero responsibility is what you're saying, Mark. Zero? Now, Summer, I'm not blaming you for it, but again, they're compromising. They're going to move the shed for you free of charge, but you want it completely redone.
So, Tom, there's nothing to say that conversation on permitting should have happened days before the install. If they were on top of it, the permitting conversation should have happened long before, so we could have made the right decision.
All right.
And I don't have a smaller loss
Summer,
as a result.
Summer, you want them not only to move it free of charge, but to rebuild it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't help you, dear. I can't help you do that. Now, maybe Mark wants to help you do that, I can't help you ask them to rebuild the entire shed because...
I'll give it a whirl.
Because, you know, here's the deal. Here's the deal. You want it completely redone? It just sounds unreasonable to me. I mean, I think you should have some responsibility. And I think a good compromise is them moving it. I think that's a great compromise. Now, if they will rebuild it, that would be wonderful. Let's ask them. Let's just ask if they'll rebuild it. Go ahead. Did you ask them if they'll rebuild it, Summer? What did they say?
Yes, they did, and the answer was no.
Why? How much more would it cost?
Because they would be out all of that money.
Okay, well, let's see what we can do for you, okay? 303-713-TALK.
Tell your smart device to play 630 KHOW on iHeartRadio. Then you can hear news and talk that impacts your life.
Getting 630 KHOW from iHeartRadio.
Denver's talk station. Available on over 2,000 devices. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible.
From the Bedford Traffic Center, let's go with delays in the Foothills right now. Got a possible crash eastbound I-70 at Central City Parkway. Seeing some delays there. Travel through that area with caution. Back in the Denver area, good news out west. It looks like traffic flows back up to speed on eastbound I-70 at the I-76 interchange. They cleared out all the gravel off the highway, so good news there. One slow spot on the freeway system, both directions of I-270 slow. The Commerce City commute either side of Vasquez, a bit stop and go. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly sunny and breezy today with a high of 43. Right now it's partly cloudy in Denver and 20.
Good on these?
Impact Traffic and Weather. I'm Pete Wagner, 630 KHOW.
It's a new year and an all-new Audible. Enjoy exclusive Audible originals, best-selling audiobooks, popular podcasts, and more with a listening plan that works for you. Find out more and start listening free with a 30-day trial at audible.com.
Right now, you can have 3 rooms of carpet cleaned for just $99. 3 rooms, or 2 for $79. And here's what I love about ZeroResDenver.com. As the name implies, no res, zero res. What they mean is they use empowered water. It's even patented, so I can tell you it works. They've done it at my home, and my carpets are like new. ZeroResDenver.com, 303-451-5150. And they take hardly any time to dry because you don't have all those soaps or emulsifiers, and they stay clean longer because did you know that the dried up soap and emulsifiers left in almost any other job will attract dirt? So they can get your carpets clean, they stay clean longer. And it's healthier for the carpet. ZeroResDenver.com, 303-471-5150. Let's talk about RVs. You know, I love RVs, and so many times people wonder, where do I get it serviced? SentryRV.com. Whether you bought it there or not, SentryRV.com. They have a service department up north at their location there. And that's at I-25 and exit 240 to Longmont, right on Frontage Road. SentryRV.com. 303-453-1111. New used RVs and service. Okay, by the way, I'm for sure ZeroRes. We have to have this one
any device
because it's special. So send that one to me because it's just they run specials. So for this Monday, that one.
I sent you an email a while back on Century. Don't talk service anymore.
Oh,
yeah, that's all right. It's not a huge deal. Well, just because they're so busy because of COVID, they're only doing services on units they sell right now. I mean, it's going to change and go back.
Did he specifically tell you that, though?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's not like a guess here.
They must be getting a lot of calls for service then.
Oh, I'm sure, man. I think that entire industry just went apeshit over this stuff. Through COVID, they probably had people that haven't moved their fifth wheel for 5 years and wanted to get it up to date, you know?
Just call it a thing. I hope they don't think they're coming out with me. We're going to have a problem managing expectations.
Hey, it's Ross Kaminsky for American Financing.
reminding you that mortgage rates are still near record lows, making it a great time to refinance and consolidate debt into your mortgage. You'll get a lower rate, you'll have fewer monthly payments to focus on. Depending on your tax situation, this may be deductible where other debts aren't, and you know what else? When you choose American financing, you don't have any upfront or hidden fees and no pressure, no obligation, and you don't have to reset your loan term, which can mean tens of thousands of dollars in long-term savings. So don't put off a mortgage refinance any longer. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or apply online at AmericanFinancing.net.
Hello, my friend. Pat Boone here. If you have an IRA or a 401k, you can use this enough. The folks at Push America are reporting that their clients' retirement plans are doing great. Some of their customers have lost their jobs or have an old retirement plan from an ex-employer, but they've been able to upgrade their retirement plan into physical gold. And now is the time to take action because gold is on the move. And retirement plan transfers this year are the highest level in over a decade. Why don't you call the folks Swiss America, 800-289-2646, 800-289-2646, or reach them online at SwissAmerica.com. Find out how simple it is to upgrade your retirement plan to physical gold. I've been singing the merits of Swiss America now for 20 years, and that number is 800-289-2646.
Willie B. It was a year ago? No, I don't know what. I think you meant last year as in 2020. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Ideal Home Loans can help, and here's the great news. Thanks to record low interest rates, your buying power is stronger than ever. Ideal Home Loans can walk you through the whole process.
Tommy, in case you didn't see, Dr. Mogan's only available till 12:30.
Be sure to ask about our 3-week closing guarantee, where we will underwrite and approve your loan ahead of time so that you can go out this competitive.
You got Willie's email or phone? Don't give it out here, but do you have it?
You don't have to, and if you need help with a real estate agent, we can refer you to one that we trust who can walk you through the whole process.
What is it, text or email?
I don't know. Let me see.
Equal opportunity lender, regulated by FORA, NMLS 136756. For terms and conditions, call 844-45-ID.
Warning: this product contains nicotine.
Yeah, not it.
Nicotine is an addictive chemical. The new Velomax nicotine.
I bet you know what?
You've got flavors. You've got new options, including wintergreen and cinnamon. You've got strengths with 2, 4, and a new 7-milligram strength. You've got freedom. They're tobacco-free.
Maybe I got it.
Enjoy them virtually anywhere. More flavors, more strengths, more freedom. You've got Velomax.
Would he be KEPI? Yeah. I got it.
Website restricted to age 21 plus nicotine consumers.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. I have a question. Colorado Pain Care, Dr. Robert Mogum. Doc, I talk about 303 Got Pain, general pain. Someone wants to know about migraines. Apparently migraines affect a lot of people. I know, for example, Rocky Mountain IV medics say that a lot of people with migraines get IV therapy, but in general, what do you guys do for people suffering with migraines?
Well, migraines is an often kind of general catch-all phrase that can be used to describe headaches. A lot of times, getting the right diagnosis is key. I have a headache, I automatically think it's migraines. A lot of times that could be a misconception out in the public. So first and foremost, getting the right diagnosis is going to be key because tension headaches sometimes can look just like migraines. So that's first and foremost. And then there's all kinds of things you can do for migraines that are individualized to the patient. So you're going to get a history and physical, and you're going to direct care based on what you learn based on that history and physical.
All right, so what are the most common things that you can deal with pain? In other words, with migraine pain, like could it be a neck problem? Could it be a back problem? And we were going to talk about that and more. For example, somebody else wants to know, what does a spinal stimulator do? So I'll answer these later.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
You misunderstood me, so you did great, thank you. I thought you were telling me you still have to take a break. I was screwed.
And he never crashes the music. That's usually Ann on accident, of course.
You keep filtering it, and your intestines keep on digesting for others. And that's not all. You can improve the lives of 50 more people as an eye and tissue donor, restoring sight and health. And you're not just helping out the person receiving the transplant. You're touching whole families with your life-saving gift. Register in minutes. Just go to organdonor.com. You'll be happy you did. And just maybe, someone else will be happy too. Sign up today. Go to organdonor.gov. It saves lives. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
KRFX HD2 Denver.
Coming up at 5 after the hour, listen for your chance to win $1,000 on KHOW Denver.
ABC News, I'm Alex Perez. A second federal lawmaker who's gotten COVID has died. Congressman Ron Wright, a Texas Republican, was 67. Wright had battled cancer.
But only Republicans are dying.
Hospital 2 weeks ago with coronavirus. The UK variant of COVID is being confirmed in more parts of the U.S. It's not necessarily an emergency, says White House top COVID advisor.
Well, if Trump was in, it would be the biggest emergency ever.
I know. I know.
That is still, I think, something, I wouldn't say that's questionable, but I think that needs to be confirmed.
There's been a 4-week downward trend of reported COVID cases. It's declined by half in 1 month, says the Federal Health and Human Services Department. It also says confirmed the new coronavirus hospital admissions have decreased 17% since the previous week. This
Of course, it's all good news.
Equitable COVID-19 vaccine distribution around the world while speaking to
Look, it's time for schools to reopen.
Should grant basic health care to all people.
And I swear to God, if Trump had said that, they would have fucking hit the roof.
Well, the teachers' unions are hitting the roof. But I know what you mean.
I like to talk to you. He's made a fortune with his goofy ads and his furniture business. And he's used part of the proceeds betting on sports.
My $3.5 million was on Tampa Bay, and they had a great night.
$3.5 million he put on Tampa Bay.
Tom Brady and their great team coming through.
Jim Ryan, ABC.
That's crazy.
What did he win?
Some furniture guy.
What did he win?
Sounded like Crazy Larry. He won, well, whatever, minus the spread. He probably won 3.2 or something. That's a fucking, that takes some balls to lay down $3 million. Right? Tell me that's not fucking crazy.
Alex Perez,
$3 fucking million.
In honor of President's Day, savings to help America's small businesses get more done. Office Anywhere, with up to 50% off high-performance laptops, desktops, and servers with Intel Core processors and top-brand electronics. Plus, refresh now with flexible financing.
Hey, what did the lady say, the ADA lady, on an employer forcing someone to take the vaccine? Oh, we didn't even ask her that, did we?
Most people know that Mr. Clean Magic Eraser removes crayon and scuff marks from walls, but did you know it even cleans tough kitchen and bathroom messes that are sometimes tough to tackle? Just wet, squeeze, and erase. Gray soap scum on your bathtub. Erase cloudy hard water spots in your shower. Erase burnt-on stovetop messes. So for all your tough kitchen and bathroom messes, try Mr. Clean Magic Eraser. Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
KHOW News Time, 12:03.
Colorado's moving into a new phase of COVID-19 vaccinations as of today. That means those 65 and older are eligible to receive the shots, along with teachers, school staff, and child care workers. The move comes as many counties have yellow level restrictions. Capacity restrictions in restaurants expanded to 50%. State Healthcare Exchange is reopening enrollment starting today. Health Colorado says anyone who's currently uninsured can get coverage for this year. Broncos are sending 2 more players to Canton, Ohio. Jim Sacramento worked for the team for decades. said he's not shocked by the Hall of Fame selections of Peyton Manning and John Lynch.
The moment we had from Libby, I don't think they'd have any problem reselling the shit.
Which means this year, come August, also with Atwater, there'll be 3 Broncos going in. It's fantastic. It's a great moment for the franchise.
College Hoops tonight.
It's like they turned it into a little, they should have put drywall in there.
Again, over the weekend, they host the Bucks tonight.
It's a, what do they call that? A she shed.
I'm Chuck Clark.
It's a she shed.
This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance, where you only pay for what you need.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, let's go with delays in the Foothills right now. Got a possible crash eastbound I-70 at Central City Parkway. Seeing some delays there. Travel through that area with caution. Back in the Denver area, good news out west. It looks like traffic flows back up to speed.
Oh, wow, this is a very good one.
At the I-76 interchange. They cleared out all the gravel off the highway, so good news there. One slow spot on the freeway system, both directions of I-270 slow. The Commerce City commute either side of Vasquez, a bit stop and go. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, mostly sunny and breezy today with a high of 43. Right now it's partly cloudy in Denver and 23. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Pete Wagner, 630 K-How.
Today's forecast calls for clear skies, slight winds coming out of the northeast, and customized car insurance from Liberty Mutual. So you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Now, an important note regarding COVID-19 tax relief. Many of us have suffered the effects of COVID-19, personally and financially. Many businesses will close permanently.
You know what? I told them from now on, we're not taking guests that just say we have a half hour, that's it. We're just not going to do
Many of them coming to a head after last year's delayed filings. But tax bills are not going away. That's why you need to contact my friends Ron and Jack Larson at LarsonTaxRelief.com.
Just a correction, Tom. He was available for an hour. I got him on at 11:30.
But from now on, I said they're not available for the whole show.
Okay, but
you... Now, they don't have to stay on
and
hold
just
the whole time.
another thing, on Friday, you were really insistent they get on today, and so I thought you wanted him for whenever it worked.
Yeah, today's different.
Okay, all right, we're on the same page
I'm
then.
talking about, I don't want people dictating, they only have a little time. This is all
Yeah, no, that makes it really tough by phone.
It's the Dan Kaplan Show. Afternoons 4 to 6 will preview the second.
All right, guys, back on about 30 seconds.
All the facts of politics and break down why this will help Trump, hurt the left, help the GOP, and prove it's actually the Democrats guilty of inciting violence. Join in for It's your chance to win $1,000. Text the nationwide keyword LOVE to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this
nationwide contest. That's LOVE to 200-200. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hello, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show anywhere that solves problems, answer questions, and take complaints. This hour brought to you by Compass Insurance Group. Time for an insurance checkup. I saved $4,500 this year. $4,500, no joke. If you do, and I'm with Compass, but they automatically do a checkup for me every couple of years. You should have one done at least every couple of years. No obligation. If you have a great deal and you're not with them, they'll tell you that. But they check 25 different carriers. 303-996-9000. 303-996-9000. If you don't do it, it could be costing you thousands. CompassInsuranceGroup.com. Okay, so let's go to the phones. And I want to ask a few questions here. Dr. Robert Mogum, Colorado Pain Care. And then I can cut him loose because I know he's a very busy man. And I have a document here with questions because it's such a popular topic. If I can find this here. And it has to do with pain. And pain is all-encompassing. When you have pain, there's nothing else you can think about. So, someone wants to know, is a certain amount of pain normal? In other words, can you really expect to be pain-free? I think that's a good question.
You know, certain level of pain is absolutely normal. I mean, that's how our body tells us there's something wrong and to pay attention. The problem occurs when that pain does not subside and it stays with us for, let's say, months on end. Greater than 3 months is really the demarcation timeline. When that occurs, then it can become pathological. And then it becomes a totally different process that is causing the pain versus the original insult that was the normal part of the pain.
All right, I got it. That's a really good answer. I mean, yes, some pain is normal. It tells us something's wrong, but it shouldn't stay with us for a long time. And if it does, you need to look at it. And as far as insurance, if they call you 303 got pain, first of all, they call and they talk to you. When they go in for a visit, is there a charge? Does insurance handle it? Is there a free consultation at all? What happens? What can they expect?
Yeah, it's no different than going to see your primary care physician. You can set up an appointment. It's all runs through insurance. You would be a new patient consult. Then we can go through each one of those areas that are an issue, one by one.
And then, as far as virtual appointments, someone wants to know, do you do any virtual appointments at all? Probably not the first time, I would think, but do you?
No, absolutely. With COVID, COVID came and telemedicine became a big push in order to continue to manage and see patients. So we have the ability to do that. So for those patients that are high risk, have issues with COVID, or for any other reasons, we could always do a telemedicine call or a virtual call.
And then you can decide where to go from there.
Absolutely.
All right. And then are there minor conditions that generate a lot of pain? Because pain is not always indicative of a serious issue. Do you know of any minor problems that can cause major pain, or do you have examples where when the pain goes away, you really don't have a problem?
Yeah, those could be severe sprains, or whether it comes from the tendon or ligament. Those can be extremely painful and require, may not require anything. They can go away on their own. A lot of times they do. But for severe strains, severe ligament issues, you can have excruciating pain, limiting your ability to function on a day-to-day basis. And that can be quite limiting, especially if you have that issue for a month or even 6 weeks.
And if they go to 303 Got Pain, is there any kind of thing they can ask, or what is the screening process? Do they just make an appointment there? Can they talk to a doctor? What's the process there? If they call, can you set up right there a virtual appointment to begin with to see if a visit is necessary?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a group of individuals that have been well trained. So when they receive the calls, they're able to screen appropriately and answer, screening questions, so that we don't waste a whole lot of time. And then from there, we can direct that care. But pain is extremely complex, so it is very common for patients to not quite understand what their issue is. So I urge them all to give us a call to help us sort that out.
I'll tell you what it was with me, Doc. What it was with me is hopelessness. Just hopelessness. Like, oh, you'll never find it. They'll never find it. And thank goodness it was found. And thank goodness for clinics that concentrate on pain, because that's the deal. You can't, sometimes the doctors treating you for other stuff, they don't look at the pain so much. They just look at like the different things, and it's so weird. And it's really good to have someone to say, let's take care of the pain part of this. So 303-713-TALK if you have any kinds of questions there. Chance, what's going on with you? Chance, what's happening?
Not a lot, Tom. Hey, my brother, I told you my mom passed away and left my brother the inheritance. He recently took it through probate, and he's become official. He got the letter there that he's official, and so I want to know, he wants to give me my mom's car, and so what does he have to do to transfer the title over for me? Just bring the paperwork to the DMV?
Did he already do the estate? Did he do an estate?
Yep, and went through probate, and he got approved, and he's the official.
Then what he does is it's just as if he owns the car. He simply transfers it to you.
Okay, so no big steps or anything. It's just
once he's designated as the personal representative, he has all of the power it takes to sign over the title. Is it paid for?
Oh yeah, she owned the car for years, clean and free. So yep, it's a PT Cruiser, Tom. So that'll help me get to my gigs.
That will, Chance, without having to take your entire home.
Exactly. And I have another question, Tom. If there's good, that's funny. Hey, if there's any business owners out there, my solo set is sounding better than ever, and I do the social distancing, and I have a wonderful solo set that would work at any of your clients who own businesses out there.
Okay, Chance, you know what? We can vouch for you. You got some talent, bro. You are good.
I think he needs to explain a little more of what that is.
Yeah, tell him what you do. He's a one-man band, basically, but he's an extreme guitar player. I'll put you up there with any of them. I really would.
Tom, I played Old Town Arvada this weekend, just set up on the corner. I made $300, had a crowd of people gather around. I play everything from Garth Brooks to Sade to Santana to Joe Satriani, and my set's sounding excellent.
Chance, if there's a brewery or a bar listening, though, what do you typically do? You come out for 2 hours, you charge how much? How do you get paid? What's the gig? Tell people.
$100 for 2 hours. If it's 3 hours, I do $150, and I can show up anywhere in Colorado.
Oh, man, you're good. So, I'd like to know if you could do us a favor. Where are you right now?
I'm in Boulder, Colorado.
No, right now, right now. Are you working right now? What do you have the next few minutes free?
Absolutely.
Or call us back. I want you just to tell people, I want you to play something over the phone. Can you do that, or you're not in a position to do that?
Nope, I can do that. What time? Are you guys done at 2? I can just get back.
You tell me what time would be convenient.
I'll just call you back in 15 minutes, and we'll do it.
All right. I would love to hear you play. Yeah, I would love to hear you play on the phone. I want to let people just get a hint of what you do. And Chance, thank you. All right, thank you. 303-713-TALK. Okay, Robert, what's going on with you, Robert?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Bought a new Jeep this past Saturday from a dealer up in Greeley.
Yeah.
And
oh God. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Greeley is, for some reason, Greeley and Longmont, known for lousy car dealers. What happened?
All right. The car had 250 miles on it. Test drove it around the block, pretty much about a mile. No problems during the test drive. It was a real, leisurely drive. Got back while we were, going to move forward with it. We asked the sales guy why it had 250 miles. We were told that somebody had tried to buy it originally, back in the fall, and that it fell through because they couldn't get financing.
By the way, they can have up to 1,400. I think it is 14.
Right.
But anyway, go ahead. So what happened?
Yeah. So then he said that the other miles were because test drives add up fast.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So long story short, bring home the vehicle. I'm going through the glove box to get out the manuals and such. I find a whole pile of paperwork from the previous owner.
Okay, hold on. Now, what does that mean as far as value? Hold on.
Ideal home loans and 888 heat in 30 seconds, guys.
Driving cross country with 2 young children is ambitious, to say the least. Then our check engine light came on. We pulled into O'Reilly Auto Parts and they tested it. Turned out it was a faulty sensor. They referred us to a great mechanic just down the street, and we were back on the road in no time.
Ideal Home Loan is for your next ideal home loan. That's what I say every time I do the commercial because it's true. If you're looking for comfort in a loan, knowing you have the lowest cost, lowest pricing, and the lowest interest.
You got it with IdealHomeLoans.com. You'd say, Tom, why do you talk about price and cost? Well, in addition to interest rate, you pay originating fees and other fees in the loan. Ideal has the lowest or no charges where others do charge, and you'll only find that out if you shop around. IdealHomeLoans.com. They also have the interest rate guarantee, which means if rates go down, they will refinance you free of charge. That guarantee lasts 2 years, and every time you close, you get another 2 years. 303-867-7000. They are direct mortgage lenders in Colorado for Colorado. 303-867-7000. IdealHomeLoans.com.
888 Heating. This is an HVAC company that I love to brag about because they give you choices. If your furnace is broke, they're not going to try to just sell you a new one. They're going to actually give you a price to fix yours. If you don't have a big budget, they want to get you up, they want to get you running. If you do want a new furnace or you want a price on one, they will beat anybody out there, apples for apples, and they have great financing, and they give you all the choices. Economical units up to high efficiencies. Check them out, 888heating.com, 888heating.com. Boy, I wish this damn Comcast would finish that upgrade.
Oh, they haven't done it yet?
No, I just got the contract signed like Saturday night. They did not like the credit situation.
Oh, no.
And made with microvelvet, a new fabric that's silky smooth and ridiculously soft, and irresistible to wear and meant to be touched. She'll put these on after a long day and start melting away her stress. You'll love them too. Check them out at pajamagram.com. Best of all, every pajamagram includes free gift packaging, which means you don't have to wrap a thing. So get her tempting touch pajamas and your free gift packaging today. Just go to pajamagram.com.
Fast, easy, and delivery by Valentine's Day is guaranteed at pajamagram.com.
Get help now. Free legal advice after an accident of any kind. If you've been injured and it's someone else's fault, call John Fuller, my legal expert. I'm consumer advocate Tom Martino. You can call John anytime at 303-597-4500. No obligation to hire him, but if you do, he works on contingency with no out-of-pocket expenses. John Fuller, and who you hire makes all the difference. 303-597-4500. Hey there, homeowners. Are you experiencing pipe leaks? Is your water bill?
Was it to you? Because I wasn't real sure. I don't get to hear the spots all the time.
Hold on. I've got to, Jesus.
It was at the top of the hour.
You got to make sure he's going to use that for a live Monday when we're gone. So it needs
yeah.
I need to know the one that.
I think it's supposed to be 45, whatever it is. He just said it was
471.
He said you said 451 on one of the numbers.
Last spot.
The one at the top of the hour at noon. Whenever, I don't know if that was your last spot with zero words. It was around noon. He called me at noon and said he just did it a few minutes ago.
Can you ask Ants to find it? Because if it's a recorded one, we got to do away with it. What I mean is, I don't remember doing the live then. I did a live earlier. If I did a live, if there's a recorded one with the wrong number, we got to nix it. Could you ask him to look at what the last zero reds that ran?
Yep.
573-0086. That's 720-573.
But Suze, have him look at both recorded or lives, whichever ran last.
How to fly before he got his driver's license? Learn more about the first person to walk on the moon in Armstrong on Curiosity Street. Curiosity Street is a streaming video service full of thousands of documentary films and TV shows about nature, science, history, travel, and pretty much anything else you want to learn about. Spark your curiosity on any device that can stream video. Learn more and sign up today at curiositystream.com.
This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook.
A dominant defense and Tom Brady's 3 passing touchdowns drove Tampa Bay's victory in Super Bowl 55. Brady was named the Super Bowl MVP for the 5th time in his career. Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes was under constant attack by the Bucs defense all night, getting pressured 29 times, while accumulating a passer rating of just 49.9, the second worst of his career.
I wonder why my
My download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code SPORTS for a special offer when you sign up. That's code
1120. He just called me. He must have heard me talking to Tom on video.
Tell your smart device to play 630K now on.
All right, guys. Okay, but we record it for our best ofs. That's what Tom was talking about, John. So yeah, I see what you're saying. It was a live spot. Okay. It wasn't a pre-recorded spot, but I think it was recorded when he did it. So thank you, John. 1120, you said. No, John.
5.
Robert, I'm going to go right back to you, but I have a question for the doc, and he has to run, so I want to just get that question in. Let me look at the email here. Dr. Robert Mogum, Colorado Pain Care. All right. Someone asked the physical locations. That's a good. I never actually talk about it. Where are your clinics located, or your clinic?
Yeah, so we have clinics in Denver, right I-25 and Colorado Boulevard.
Okay.
Right around that area, and then also in Golden as well as Castle Rock.
And what part of Golden, like in general?
It's right across from the big, what's the cross street there?
Okay, in Golden. I imagine they can find it. Basically, they want to know if it's in the area. In Castle Rock, what general area?
Yeah, it's as soon as you get into town in Castle Rock, it's right there. Not too far from the original town. So maybe 3 or 4 minutes from there.
Okay.
Easy to find, easy to Google. You just go to coloradopaincare.com, and all those sites are right there.
Okay, and actually, for me, I'm just dying to know, what is a spinal cord stimulator?
Yeah, so oftentimes the spinal cord stimulator will be used for treatment-resistant chronic pain. So usually you've tried almost everything. So you're at the end stage, you have no other options, and this is an option where it uses electricity essentially to stop the transmission of pain through the spinal cord. It's placed via the epidural space. A lot of people will know what that is, because you place epidural catheters for labor patients a lot of times for acute pain while they're in labor. So it's the same process. So it's very minimally invasive placement of leads next to the nerves or the spinal cord.
And it's very small.
Very small. Very small leads placed. It's
and do you wear it all the time?
You can wear it all the time. It's an implantable battery that can be implanted. There's some devices that do that. Some other devices are external, where it's not implanted. You can just put it on when you feel you need it.
Oh, that's
and then
cool.
Take it off when you don't.
Well, how cool is that? Instead of drugs, man, that sounds like a great thing. And as far as pinpointing this again, how do you trace nerves? I mean, people are just very interested. I guess they've been to pain docs, maybe, but how do you actually go about pinpointing? Because, for example, a pain in your knee could be coming from somewhere else, or a pain I alluded to before, a migraine, could be coming from somewhere else, or an arm, or a whatever. How do you actually do that?
You know, there's something called dermatomes. So we have actually mapped out where in the spinal cord do you have pain inputs from certain areas. So, for example, if you have, like you brought up, knee pain, well, we know that goes through a certain pathway at a certain level within the spinal cord.
And you actually trace those nerves?
Correct.
Like an electrician traces a wire. You said something about toning. Do you send a signal to the nerve to see if you duplicate it?
Well, somewhat. What you do is you test. The way you can test is you can do utilize a small amount of local anesthetic to block that area, and if you get the pain relief in, let's say the knee, then you know you're in the right area.
Oh, that's so cool.
Actually tracking through there.
That is so cool. Listen, I hate to be awed by it, but I mean it is. It's very cool, because never before did I have somewhere that would actually care about where it was coming from. Usually they throw medicine at you, or they don't know what to do, and most pain management I always thought were patient management, like get them off my back management. I'm serious, Doc. I mean, you guys are looking for the alleviating of pain. That's what I love. And again, thanks for coming on for these ridiculous questions I throw at you. But really, it all means something, because someone out there right now suffering from pain and thought, you know what, I just gave up. Just call them. What the hell? You have nothing to lose. All insurance and workers' comp and Medicaid and Medicare, 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN. Switching gears to a car problem. Like that transition. Robert, listen. I don't like greedy dealerships. I don't know what the hell there is. There must be a sign on Google Maps say bad car dealers here, but you got a new car, you thought it was new, 250 miles, and now you found some previous stuff. What did you find in the glove compartment or somewhere?
Yeah, I found the paperwork the dealer gives you when you buy, so all of the loan paperwork, the title application, things like that.
In reality, if this car was owned and driven 100 or 200 miles and brought back, they should really tell you this. But what I want to know is this. Did you actually get an MSO, a certificate, a manufacturer's origin certificate? I mean, do you know if you bought it new? Were you listed as the owner?
I am listed. It is listed as a new vehicle. There's several check boxes throughout my loan paperwork. I wasn't given a title or it's partially financed. But I did manage to talk to the previous owner.
Oh, okay. What did the previous owner say? Was it a he or she?
It was a he.
What did he say?
Yeah,
or they, I guess, nowadays, but whatever. What did he say?
He owned the vehicle for 3 days. He took it back to the dealer on the second day complaining of some grinding noises that were happening in the transmission. They immediately took it into the service department. They looked at it. They told him that the power transfer unit, which is apparently attached to the transmission,
yes,
like the
right.
transfer case,
that's right.
That needs replaced. They told him they couldn't replace it because the parts are national back order. And after going back and forth about this vehicle,
so what did they do before selling it to you to alleviate that?
Nothing. He told me how to replicate the problem.
Listen, they have to. But this is something clearly they have to disclose to you. Clearly.
Absolutely. Yep, they didn't. They told me that it was just he couldn't obtain financing, so they ended up giving him a new vehicle to swap it out. They put
wait. He couldn't obtain financing, or he had the transmission problem.
No, the dealer told this guy that. He gave him a line of crap.
That's right.
So what do they say now when you call them out on it and show them the transmission paperwork and everything?
I don't have the paperwork saying the transmission needs to be replaced.
No, but you talk to the owner. Robert, I need this information for the Sleaze Brigade. I'm tired of these deals. What's the name of this dealer?
Mike Shaw Jeep.
Oh, I am shocked. Mike Shaw Jeep. I wonder if it's owned by Mike Shaw people. This is unbelievable. No. They have to undo this deal.
They have to undo this. This is crazy.
What do they say they're going to do for you?
I haven't talked to them yet. I was still hot on the collar.
All right, do me a favor.
Contact you.
Do me a favor. I want you to follow my instructions. You call them and do what I would do. Here's what I would do. I want this deal undone. Whether I get a new car or not, this is not part of it. This is not a trade-in. I want this undone completely. Not contingent on another deal. Undone. Then I'll decide if I'm going to buy another car. But I want this undone. Do not let them hoodwink you into flipping it into another car like it's a trade. They're going to screw you. Okay? The next thing is, I went to Martino, and basically I'm waiting to go to the dealer license board, and we're throwing this in. You're going to be on the Sleaze Brigade. This guy, he won't stop. If you do not make this right, he will not stop. Mark, what did you want?
This is incredible. If this guy's telling the absolute truth, Mike Shaw, whatever dealership that is in Greeley, whether Mike Shaw owns it or not, this is crap. That is absolute crap. We just had people on from the association the other day. This is a no-no, let alone the dealer board should go after these scumbags.
That's right. So, Robert, you let me know what they say, bro. I don't see how. How do they get out of this?
Yeah, I agree. My understanding is they think they can sell it as new because it was never titled by the previous owner.
Okay, but that's not even the issue. They didn't disclose the damage. They didn't disclose any of this.
And they knew about it.
That is a material particular, I could argue. Okay, give him a way to get back in touch with us, Suzanne. Let's get this thing on the road. This is, I'm using all these, hey, let's switch gears on the road. It's automatic for me. It's just such a talent. I know. My goodness. Mike has an update on Auto Shield right after this.
If you missed the car, I forgot to put it on there. You got buy and build, and then Mark, you have a Paragon this break.
So tell me what happened with. Did you listen to Zero Res?
No, I haven't listened to it yet. I'm going back and putting the podcast together. I'm going to listen to it.
Oh, thank you.
Get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's love to 200.
I'm making sure Shannon sent me some spots we don't have duplicates of for days off. So if I need any, I'll let you know.
ANNE at Troubleshooter.com. And if you want to share your phone number with me, I'd like to follow up with you in case I don't hear back from you. 970-682-9047, and your name is Robert, correct? Okay. And so you're going to give them a call and have them undo the deal. You're going to email us if there's any issues, but gosh, let us know regardless. And then if I don't hear back from you, man, I'm going to give you a call tomorrow. Okay, best to you. Let us know. Bye.
All right, here you go, guys. Buy and build and Paragon Services. I got you back to back.
A full year's worth of cash back into one of those cash-shaped birthday cards. Cash back match.
Troubleshooter show. Please hold a minute.
Something brighter.
Oh, I love buy and build. There are 3 ways I love them. First,
I will be
for
listening and
do-it-yourself
available entire
projects.
show
They
for
have
the rest of
everything
the
you need,
week.
low wholesale pricing on kitchen and bath stuff. And then I can send my contractor and save money.
Miranda is
Or
calling you.
I even had this done. Buy and build's turnkey project.
Who is Miranda?
Where they put in the cabinets and the counters for me. Whether it be cabinets, vanities, granite countertops, sinks, faucets, bathroom parts, or accessories, you can do it 1 of 3 ways: yourself, contractor, or let them do the turnkey. West of I-25 on Alameda and south on La Pan, 2 blocks, 560.
Aunt, did you watch the game yesterday?
No, I didn't.
You're not a sports guy, or you just had to work?
I didn't have to work for the race.
Gotcha.
I'm waiting to see what my guy, Deshaun Watson, does. See if he trades away for the Texans or not. I'm not a team guy, more of like I get
You're
the
like
favorite players, and I'll start
Very
following
cool.
them.
My son's a big Brady fan. He didn't care where he played.
Yeah, mine was Peyton Manning. I didn't give a damn where he played.
My son loved Peyton.
I was a Peyton Manning dude. I didn't give a damn where he played. I was like Peyton Manning is my dude.
Simple as that. It's not going to hurt your reputation or anything like that. It is free money, and that is what Matt does. The insurance companies have their adjusters. You need yours. Matt at Paragon Services, 719-726-0020, 719-726-0020. This guy is great.
This product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. New Velomax nicotine pouches have arrived. You've got flavors with 5 new options, including wintergreen and cinnamon.
Mighty.
You've got strengths with 2, 4, and
Getting
even
this
7
fucking
milligram
thing
strength.
done.
You've got freedom. They're tobacco-free.
Oh.
You can enjoy them virtually anywhere. More flavors, more strengths, more freedom. You've got Velomax. Available at a convenience store near you or visit Velo.com.
I did not pull. Like, I didn't sit and look at it, but I know what you're talking about. What was that name of that address again?
Individual treatment plans, comprehensive, with safe use of medication, physical therapy, custom exercise, acupuncture, counseling, nerve blocks, spinal cord stimulation, even stem cells and PRP. Founded by local doctors, recognized by all major insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, and others. Get your life back. 303.pain or Colorado Pain Care. Individual rates, coverage offers, subject to terms and conditions. Not available on all areas. If you're a small business owner, things may have gotten tougher lately. You're probably looking for savings wherever you can find them. So you may be surprised.
Yeah. Where did you find that at on the internet, Larry?
You don't need me to find it?
Well, can you email it to us at help@troubleshooter.com when she gets back and has it?
Just get a quote right now from your computer or smartphone at trypi.com. Buy insurance is a
help@troubleshooter.com.
outstanding service. You're rated excellent on Trustpilot by our customers who tell us Pi is fast, affordable, and easy to work with. As easy as Pi, in fact. Savings matter now more than ever. Isn't it worth taking 3 minutes to find
Yeah, because you were calling me about some show that was talking about it for several hours on end, and I found it, and I sent it. But send me the link to what you're talking about. Or come on and tell Tom about it. He'd love to hear it.
1 in 5 people lives with the discomfort of vein disease, and that's a lot more common than you think. The doctors at United Vein Centers are board-certified vein specialists who will get you back on your feet fast with the help of laser technology and little to no downtime. Go to
Okay. Well, when they get it, have it send it. Help@troubleshooter.com. When they get back and have it, send it to there so we can look at it.
United Vein Centers, America's top vein care center.
If you've ever sold a home, you know it's a hassle. From the prep work to the open houses, not to mention the surprise showing. What if I told you there was a stress-free way to buy and sell a home? Well, go to Orchard.com. Their move-first service helps you buy, then list your old home once you're all moved out. That means you'll never have to deal with showings, open houses, double moves, or double mortgages. And to make sure you get the best.
Yeah, I don't know if Tommy watched it or not, but send me a link to that too, and I'll show it to Mark in case he's interested, Larry. All righty. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Asking price on our old one. Highly recommended. Another client said, we didn't have to carry 2 mortgages. Didn't have to rush to move.
3, 2, 1,
we beat out 7 other offers for our new home. Go to Orchard.com now. Enter your address and get started with a free valuation. It's that easy. That's Orchard.com. Again, Orchard.com.
Hi, it's Mandy Connell. Join my friends Gary Bell and Brad Pollock for the Bell and Pollock Legal Show right here on KHOW every Saturday morning at 7. It's a live call-in show to give Coloradans like you free
Back in about 30.
advice on any topic you'd like to discuss with them.
All the benefits of IVs at your door. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. Hydration, immunosupport, migraine, general wellness. Call or text 720-987-2155. Rocky Mountain IV Medics. 720-987-2155. Denver's.
All right, back in about 5 seconds.
Everywhere with the iHeartRadio app.
All right.
Under podcasting 630 KHOW, an iHeart radio station. Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 303-713.
4, Tom. Take 4. That's 4 guys.
Okay, Mitch, what's going on with spring?
How can we help you, sir? What's happening?
You guys work good, Tom. I'm sure you're aware, April 1st, Sprint merged with T-Mobile. And I've been a little stockholder in Sprint for forever. I've hardly got many shares. But they wanted to convert, and I was willing to do it. They sent out a notice to tell you that, the value of your Sprint shares versus the T-Mobile. And
who took over who?
Looked at their form.
Who took over who?
It's really a merger, but basically T-Mobile's the lead.
So it's called T-Mobile now? Okay.
Yeah, and what happened was when I looked at their statement to do that, they cut in half the shares that I own with Sprint.
Yeah, so where are we going with this? What's the problem?
So, so three times I've got a hold of their transfer agent, and I've even sent them in my last Sprint statement that says that I owe twice that they have on record, and they blew me off 3 times since April. And then in December,
who's the broker? Who's the broker you used for all of this?
It's called American Stock Transfer, and they're the people that I've gotten no response out of.
So when they did the merger, the number of your shares went down.
It's about 10-1.
Yeah, they cut it in half. They didn't give me credit for my actual ones I owned with Sprint.
I think what he's saying is he owned more shares than what they're showing, which has nothing to do with this merger part.
Exactly. It should have been simple.
Before the merger, were they showing the right number of shares that you owned of Sprint?
Yeah, Sprint had it right. And it should have been just a simple transfer of.
Yeah, but it wasn't. You understand, if you had 10 shares of Sprint, you do not get 10 shares of the new entity.
You get virtually 1, actually a little less than 1. I think it was 9.
So how many shares of Sprint did you have?
I had about 5 is all. Like I said, I'm a small owner.
All right, so how many hold on. How many shares now of the new entity do you have?
I have none because they haven't. After 3 times trying to prove to them.
No, Mitch.
But you would only have a half a share.
Yeah, you wouldn't even have that hardly. So
yeah, but the fact remains is they have.
But I don't think, Mark, do they even split shares like that, a half a share?
Yeah,
what would happen?
I have no clue. I'm sure
they would cash him out.
No, I'm sure they can do something. Yes, at least I know Ameritrade could. I don't know about whoever he uses.
But they haven't. 3 times I went through their stock transfer.
But you do understand. I want to get this straight first. I want to get this straight first. You do understand that your translated new transfer stock would be a little less than a half a stock. Okay.
He should have about $60.
It's not a giant sum, but it's the principle of it. In December, I went to Facebook and to the CEO of T-Mobile, and I said, Mr. Siebert, your transfer agent has got the wrong information. I'm sending you in the documentation. Can you please square this away? And
and get it right.
I think they should.
And
I don't.
blew me off even
It's going to be your brokerage house or whoever's doing the clearing. I mean, it's going to have nothing to do with Sprint or T-Mobile, man.
I think what you need to do, sir, is get your cash and move on because I don't think they do have shares. I don't think
they owe them about $60, right? Is that what you're figuring?
Yeah. But they're not even doing that. They're not acknowledging that, and they pushed it along by bumbling it.
Did you go to the SEC?
They're threatening now for the state, Colorado, to seize that as unclaimed property, and that's BS. I tried.
What are they seizing as unclaimed? What are they seizing? Who?
You guys owe me this.
Mitch, you got to answer questions, okay? Who told you they're going to seize property?
They, on their statements.
Who's they?
Out about every 2 months.
Who's they?
And I've acknowledged 3 of them by trying to send them documentation. They say after
Who's they?
So long, in the last statement they say
Who is they? Who is they?
American Stock Transfer Company, the agent for T-Mobile.
Okay. Then they have to they're the ones that are doing all of this, right? And they say they're going to transfer what into unclaimed? What are they transferring?
The half shares that they actually owe me, they're going to, because I've
but if they haven't given them to you, if they haven't given them to you, if they haven't given them to you, how will they transfer them into unclaimed property?
Why would they even put it into an cheats fund? I don't get it.
Well, what I want to know is this.
It's ridiculous.
Mitch.
I have proof that it's not unclaimed. They're just incompetent.
Mitch,
they're clowns.
The stockhouse told you they're going to transfer something. There must be something then for them to transfer.
Yeah, it's like I've said, it's the 2 shares that supposedly they have on record, which is wrong. Sprint, I can show you guys the last statement prior to the merger.
Mitch, we're talking about $60.
No, I mean, if we're only talking 2 shares, we're not even talking $60.
Why did you kept saying you had 5 shares? Do you have 2 or do you have 5?
I have 5 Sprint shares, which you convert over to T-Mobile.
Which would be 1/2 share.
Yeah, it'd be like
owe me
a quarter of 1 share.
They owe you a little less than a half a share.
Exactly.
Okay.
But why can't you get that through? Like I said, I even sent documentation to the CEO of T-Mobile.
I think I might jump off a building.
Okay, I need to stop this because no one cares. I do, but Mitch, we can't hear it over and over. So, there must be someone to help people when they can't. So, is it the stockhouse, Mark? If you had this happen to you,
I would call up Ameritrade.
Okay, so he calls his stockhouse, and what does he say?
Yeah, who is that? Who is it,
He
man?
told us who it was.
No, he said that's who T-Mobile hired to do the conversion.
Where were you trading?
I don't have a broker. No.
Well, that's the problem. They have no place to put the money. You should have led with that. That's why they're saying they're going to put it into unclaimed property.
So now what does he do?
Well, I don't know, because where were your shares?
Who held your shares?
They're held by Sprint. Sprint gave me statements that show my ownings. Why they can't get that to T-Mobile to convert over is ridiculous.
Well, no, because you have to listen, man. It's like you have to have a bank for them to convert it somewhere. Why don't you open up? Listen, why don't you open up a free Robinhood or a free Ameritrade and tell them to put it there?
Right. That's what you have to do. Because right now they don't know where to send it, Mitch. You don't have any place to send it. Sprint's not going to keep it for you.
Nor do they have stock certificates anymore.
They're not going to keep it for you. Why don't you open up a free app and then tell them, then you go to that trading house that's doing the merger and say, please transfer my stocks to this.
Yeah, and then you can actually liquidate them.
That's what you have to do. You have to. They don't have an account. Mike's got an update on American Shield I wanted to take right after this call, but we ran into a break issue. American Auto Shield, give me a hint. You paid for American Auto Shield for how long, Mike?
About 2.5 years.
And did you get the repair you needed when you needed it? No, because they said it was a rubber seal, and you said it wasn't, and they said it was just a seal. Hold on, and we'll come right back to it.
Now,
All right, Fix It, Jill Lazera, and Affordable Interest Mortgage, all in this break in about a minute.
Where you only pay for what you need. From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, the Mile High City Highway Drive in fantastic shape right now. No stalls, no accidents, no major delays. I-25 easily up to speed through the heart of the city. No delays in I-70 from Arvada.
Familiar with your problem. So what I was wondering, can you email me so I can read what your problem is, like what it was in November and then how it stands today? And then my next step would just be to get you back on the show with Tom. Because I have no idea about your problem at all. I'm really sorry. I just came back in January. Suzanne, yes? You were talking to who?
All right, Tom, you got about 10 seconds to fix it.
I don't know. Oh, Steve the painter. Oh, okay, yeah. So, and on top of that, you called on a line that I couldn't even put on the screen for Tom to tell him you're holding. So he wouldn't see you anyway if I put you on hold now to get you to talk to him. And my top lines are full right now, my radio lines. So what I'm hoping is you can email me what you came on about, where it stands now, and then I will email you on the show. I don't know if I can get you on by 2 today. If you emailed me quick, maybe. But then probably a better time would be to get you on tomorrow to do this follow-up and figure out how we can help you further.
Without an attorney.
Okay.
Especially with the
DUI, because there's both motor vehicle and criminal charges at the same time. Get a flat rate for everything he does for you up front, 303-429-6200. And he's on referral list at referrallist.com. FixMyHome.com, remember that website. That's where you'll find Fix It 24/7. It's a simple proposition. You need an expert at your home in plumbing, heating, cooling, electric, and drains, and you get one for $39. And no matter how long it takes, they identify a problem. All pricing is given up front. If you like the price, if you want the work done, you have it done. If not, all you pay is $39. If you have the work done, they credit you. It's a simple proposition. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. Affordable interest mortgage. That's Kurt Rogers, someone I've known for many, many years. He started his company in 2001. Trustworthy and looks for his clients' best interests. On the website, it's filled with useful information. Unlike most websites for mortgages, they're just a place to go and find out about the company. At aimortgage.net, you have all kinds of loan calculators, analysis of buying versus renting forms, applications, and a portal for all borrowers to find out the status of their loan. 720-895-0500. 720-895-0500. aimortgage.net.
I was having trouble keeping on. I was like, was that all three? No, that's how you raise your hand.
Shadowy corporation seeks to enhance human evolution by eliminating the need for sleep. First, a human without sleep, then a human without fear, then a human with perfect memory. Humankind to...
It's kind of counterintuitive because sleep helps with memory.
How would you like to come home to your very own gorgeous 8,400 square foot home? Well, now you can. This award-winning home can be yours, but only through the Mile High Raffle. This stunning custom home features a beautiful 40-foot staircase, from the gourmet chef's kitchen to the jaw-dropping master suite with your very own private sauna. You won't believe your eyes. The Mile High Raffle offers over 4,000 prizes, from high-end cars to incredible vacations. 1 in 20 will win. You can feel great knowing you're supporting life-changing programs for kids through Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro. Hurry, entering early matters. Enter to win your dream house by Friday, February 12th and get an automatic entry to win a Tesla Model S plus $25,000 cash just for entering early. You must enter by February 12th to win the Tesla Model S plus $25,000 cash.
Plus, I think, they got rid of a lot of people around the country, I would assume. Not just through COVID, but this could be a perfect time to expand on their, it's going to help them out, too.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance.
And, we're one of the few that can take calls anywhere and have no issue, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who the hell's calling us from New York or anywhere else. People don't care where they're from, they just care what the problem is.
That's cool. Liberty Mutual is just here to protect your home with customized insurance.
And here we've got my doorstop collection.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Honey, I just wanted to give you a heads up that I got that Janice back in queue with the $3,000 in express tolls because I'm getting Gigi on at the top of the hour for it like you requested, okay? Just so you know.
That lady is screwed.
Which one?
Not if we can restructure for one day. Maybe we can.
I don't know.
There's no way. Well,
She's on disability, blah, blah, blah. I don't know.
those people never, when I say those people, I'm talking E470. I'm telling you, they've got more power than almost any other collector.
Yeah.
With the way they put it
They
on
don't
the
have to play
registration.
ball. Yeah, they can just say, hey, guess what? You can't register your car. You're cooked.
Well, see, she's looking at getting towed for not having a registered car where she lives.
So her life's going to
So
get
she
a lot
bought a
worse.
garage to hide her car in, which is odd. So it can't get towed. Anyway, she could buy a garage, but she can't pay her $3,000.
That's crazy.
I told her we're not going to go to bat for her on negotiating until she has money to put down.
I
said
don't
they're
mind
not going to
calling
take.
up and negotiating for, but
Not if she doesn't have any money.
197 is not worth me spending 20 minutes on the phone because they're going to laugh.
Yeah.
You got 12 chances a day, every weekend. Listen at 5 past the hour for the 12.
They'll generally, if you have it all and you've never done it before, they'll generally waive the fees. But if we find out she's already done that,
By joining the Guy Reed Loyalty Program. Stop by a store or go to GUIRYS.com to sign up today. Guy Reed, your neighborhood paint store since 1899.
Hi, I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Waterpros.net for the most affordable whole house systems you'll ever find. Under $2,000, fully installed, full whole house water conditioning. It'll make your water better.
That's it in a nutshell. And he's honest. That's what's important. You can even do whole house filtration, although I don't recommend it. It's only under $2,000 again, but you can do a point of use for under $1,000. All of these prices are for real. Waterpros.net. He's honest and he's good. Okay, so let's continue here because this is really weird on this this American Auto Shield. I remember this. He was having a tough time after paying all that money, and they disputed the claim. Who did you work with, Mike, here at the office, at the help center?
Martin, and he was
Smarty Pants. What did he do for you?
He did everything possible, and all that added up to nothing.
Oh, they
Last
still
week
refused, right?
Yes, sir. And we were on a three-way call last week with a gentleman. I believe his name was Chris. And Martin finally said, this is all I can do. I'm sorry. And he asked this guy, Chris, he says, I'm going to hang up now. He says, will you call Mr. Kelly back within 2 minutes? And the guy says, absolutely. I've never heard a stinking word from that jerk.
Oh, my God. So these guys at American Auto Shield are dirtbags.
From the beginning.
Oh, man. Now, I wonder if there's any way of you suing for everything you've paid in. They still claim it was a seal.
No, what this lady, Ashley, EHLER, she said it was rubber tubing, and they don't cover rubber tubing. Well, we found out there is some rubber in there, but it's encased in a metal tubing. There's no kind of rubber connected anywhere.
I know what you're talking about, though. I do know what you're talking about. Yeah, and it okay. The metal is protection for that tube, if that's what it is. I don't want to argue with you, Mike, because I want to help you, okay? But I know what they're saying. They're saying, like, do you know what this tube is, what it connects? Do you know what it is? Is it a vacuum line?
No, it's my turbo for my turbo. It's a oil line.
Okay. Now, there are some lines that are truly metal, and they happen to be lined with maybe some kind of material, composite material. But then there are those that are truly rubber lines. The only reason there's metal around them is protection. And I don't know how they're splitting hairs here. I don't know, in other words, is that a rubber line? I'd like to maybe get Norris on to talk about this, or even one of our mechanics. The reason I say Norris is because he does a lot of checking out for insurance claims and stuff. So Suzanne, either Norris or one of our mechanics, because I'd like you to sue their bastards.
They're in Lakewood.
Yeah, we can sue them in small claims court. So hold on, and let's try to get a determination as to if it. I mean, because if it is a protected rubber line, you're screwed. So hold on, all right? I think this is a good topic. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show. Get your calls in 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
My God. Are eligible for a lower mortgage.
Okay, so I have a lot of backups here, but I don't know what else I need. That's the problem.
But I hope you understand, even if
your recordings.
Yeah, I have Rocky Mountain IV Medics. I got Zero Res. I have.
Because rates can save you.
You might have to resend. Some of them have expired in the system. Like the second floor's in here, since it's past the date, it expires. So you have to reinsert that. So you might have to resend that one.
Resend it, or is it there, or do they trash it?
It's not in the system. So.
Oh, okay.
I've got Simply Force tonight going over.
What is that?
That means I got some at the house. I'm going to send over to Susan because I thought they expired. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Not the live stuff, just recorded.
They need
There's never any pressure, never any obligation, and never an upfront fee.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the same thing.
Some serious money.
The ones we do are the same freaking thing.
I'll check what other ads you need.
You know what I'm saying?
Would you let me know what we don't have?
Yep, I'll check.
Coming up at 5 after the hour, listen for your chance to win $1,000 on KHOW Denver.
ABC News, I'm Alex Perez. There is no certainty, but this possibility on one of the COVID variants spreading in the U.S., the one from Britain. White House top COVID advisor, Dr. Anthony Fauci.
It could become dominant by the end of March. That's the sobering news. The encouraging news is that the vaccines that we're currently distributing right now are quite effective.
That adds to the urgency of vaccinating Americans, say health experts. The White House says President Biden is staying out of the second impeachment trial of former President Trump, set to begin tomorrow in the Senate, says Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
He will leave the pace and the process and the mechanics of the impeachment proceedings up to members of Congress.
Psaki repeating President Biden's position on providing security briefings to the former president. She says Mr. Trump hasn't asked for one yet, but if he does, President Biden would stay out of it and leave it up to the intelligence community to handle. This is ABC News.
Why would
Health officials say COVID-19.
I wondered that too. I didn't know that was the way it was.
Just so you know, on the auto shield thing, they did offer him a rated refund on the program that he bought. So the policy he bought. He didn't want it. He said, I don't want it. I'll keep my warranty.
Yeah, that's because his repair is a fortune, right?
That I don't know. I'm going to get Gigi on, then I'll work on get you an expert on, your auto expert, and Joe Chiano sitting next.
The mayor of Tampa defended her city's COVID plan and says the majority of partiers were celebrating responsibly. Mayor Jane Castor also says volunteers handed out some 200,000 masks to people celebrating the Bucs win, but the mayor did say it was frustrating to see those not heeding the guidelines. A Polish court has ordered a record high compensation of about $3.4 million to a man who had spent 18 years in prison for a rape and murder of a teenager he did not commit. Alex Perez, ABC News.
It's totally normal to be constipated with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again. No way.
You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives to help relieve belly pain and let you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Individual results may vary. Do not give to children.
It's a handyman slash.
Children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take
It's funny. I almost did a deal with them a couple months ago, so I don't know if she's like reconnected. I don't know.
The most common side effect is diarrhea. Sometimes severe.
They're under referral.
Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain.
Well, they reached out to me a while back, but then when they started realizing, you know, how much spots were and stuff, they kind of backed off. So I don't know where it's at.
Visit linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZ.
But I just told her a deal I do for 1 month just to prove it to her.
KHOW News Time, 103.
Things have calmed down a bit after 2 wildfires broke out yesterday.
Did you watch the game in Boulder, or did you guys get home and watch it?
For some evacuation. The other near the Fox.
Oh, we watched it. The game?
No, I mean in Boulder, or did you get home and watch it?
Oh, no, we were home in time for that. Yeah.
The grass fires, because it's so dry.
Was it fun up there?
Oh, I loved it.
Is it pretty open, or is Boulder kind of shitty, or what?
Evacuation notices have been lifted.
It's open, but people are wearing masks.
Yeah, of course.
But all doors were open. There weren't any lines.
The only place like you can go and like not see masks a lot is Elizabeth. We'll go into Elizabeth, man, and it's like a whole different fucking world.
In the stores too.
Yeah, everywhere, man. In fact, the last 2 times I've been in Walmart down there, there was people bitching about other people not having masks on too. You know, the service desk people. And they're like, listen, you know, you can call Walmart corporate, but we're told how to handle stuff, and that's it. We don't change the rules here. But you go into their Elizabeth Brewery or the Ace Hardware, dude, there is no masks. It is a whole different world in Elizabeth.
Traffic moving at or near posted speeds on I-25 in both directions from Erie to Council Rock and beyond. I-78 as well. Off freeway, there's a crash in Golden near the School of Mines on 6th Avenue at 19th Street. Fox 31.
Look, Philadelphia won't open schools either. So what's Biden going to do now that all these school districts refuse to open?
Cloudy with a high in the upper 30s. Mostly cloudy and 45 on Wednesday. It's 30 right now in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Janine LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Football is a game, but love isn't. So don't forget to pick up a heart-shaped box of Russell Stover chocolates this Valentine's Day and prove to her that football was just a fleeting fantasy. And she is your #1. Make happy this Valentine's Day with Russell Stover.
Now, an important note regarding COVID-19 tax relief. Many of us have suffered the effects of COVID-19, personally and financially. Many businesses will close permanently. Believe me, you're not alone if some of your bills have gone unpaid. And especially stressful are the IRS matters, many of them coming to a head after last year's delayed filings. But tax bills are not going away. That's why you need to contact my friends Ron and Jack Larson at LarsonTaxRelief.com. 844-LARSON-TAX. The Larson brothers and their team of experts are specialists in emergency and long-term tax relief. Even if you're unsure of your tax status and problems, they can sort it out and help you with strategies. So you come out of this pandemic in the best possible tax position. Way better than you can do on your own. Call now, LarsonTaxRelief.com. 844-LARSON-TAX. 844-LARSON. Tax. Or LarsonTaxRelief.com.
Imperial Chinese is one of the top restaurants in Denver, serving high-quality food since 1985. They pride themselves on creating mouth-watering dishes such as their signature Peking duck, grilled Colorado rack of lamb, and all-white meat sesame chicken. Imperial always uses fresh produce, no MSG, and they cook each dish to satisfy your taste buds. Imperial offers many vegetarian and gluten-free menu items, and is always adding new seasonal dishes. Come get the best Chinese food in Denver at 431 South Broadway. Call 303-698-2800.
All right, guys, we're back in about 10 seconds.
And Trump's second impeachment trial starts Tuesday. What do we expect from the House managers? And how will Republicans in the Senate react? We'll preview it all with Andy McCarthy Tuesday morning at 6:05 here on 630 KHOW. This is the Troubleshooter Show.
I need somebody.
Now, Tom Martino, the Troubleshooter.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter with a show where everybody agrees. No rip-offs, no liars, no cheats. No matter who we are, that's what we want. And we're going to help people. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. This hour brought to you by Silver Leaf Mortgage Reverse Loans. For seniors, they even have a nonprofit foundation to help people get ready for their appraisal to get top dollar. That's right. And that's Silver Leaf Mortgage. 720 reverse. I think that number's working. I tried it the other day. It did work. 720 reverse. If it doesn't, silverleafmortgage.com. All right. Now, Janice has an interesting problem. And I was just thinking about it. Like I said, I'm not advocating it, but just thinking about bankruptcy. She has a toll bill. And I just wanted to know, just as a matter of principle, She has a toll bill of $3,100. We're going to try to get that negotiated. She drove for Uber and Lyft and would be reimbursed from time to time for her tolls, but did not pay the toll bill, and it went up to $3,100. Now, obviously, a lot of people are saying, you know, why bother? She owes the money, but she simply doesn't have the money. And I wanted to ask Gigi simply the legal part of it. That's all. No judgment, just the legal part of it. Gigi, how are tolls and speeding fines and different kinds of things handled in a bankruptcy? Let's take a Chapter 7.
Well, they're handled the same in both. They're not, speeding fines are not dischargeable. That's a fine to a government unit. You can't get out of that type of government debt in either bankruptcy. But in Chapter 7, you can discharge the Express Toll or Northwest Parkway. They've not ever fought that in all the years I've been doing this. I've always thought they have an argument because they're quasi-governmental, but they've never made it in any of my cases. So she could file a Chapter 7 to discharge those.
And what about what if she did well, let's just say she did not have a lot of debt, or she felt like paying it, but she wanted See, they won't give her a payment plan, and that's what she's asking for. So I'm asking you this. Can you do a 13 and force them into monthly payments if she wanted to?
No, it would just get discharged in a 13, so you'd be in a 13 paying monthly payments of your attorney's fees, which are more than $3,000. So it really doesn't make sense to do a 13 for one small debt, because attorney's fees in a 13, about $5,000 over 3 to 5 years you pay them, but that doesn't make sense.
Hey, Gigi, so this particular caller, they want like $3,000, and let's say half of it is actual fines. She's waited so long, they actually have a hold through the state of Colorado at DMV on her registration. So even if they get rid of the balance, do they generally still keep that hold on, or are you saying they get rid of that as well?
Once it's discharged, they'll get rid of the hold. That's another reason Chapter 13 doesn't make sense, because your discharge takes years to get.
Oh, I get it.
But in a 7, you get your discharge in about 3 months.
Okay. So, I mean, technically, she could do a bankruptcy, but then a bankruptcy is going to cost her a bit over $1,000 or under $2,000, but like $1,400, I think, or $1,500.
Yeah, right around that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
but
do you have people save up? Do people save up that money? How do they do that?
Yep. Tax refunds are a big source of that. Sometimes they borrow money and they pay it back after the bankruptcy, because we've talked a lot about that. You can't pay it back before. Or they just pay it over time. You know, we've had a lot of clients over the years that pay us, honestly, like $100 a month, and then we file once they're paid.
And okay, and again, I'm not suggesting this, but some people have taken cash advances on credit cards. Does a judge get pissed if they do that and then see that?
Well, if the creditor caught it, they could object to that debt being discharged.
Saying, wait a minute, they just took a cash advance to screw us, yeah.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to file with a cash advance in the last 3 months. So, you know, for stuff like that, usually time heals it. So, but that goes against why you'd be doing it, was to get your driver's license back quickly.
Okay.
Can I ask her?
Yeah, you can ask a question. Go ahead. Go ahead, dear.
What if I sell my car?
What about it? What about it?
Yeah. To pay for bankruptcy or to pay the debt?
To sell my car and then pay them monthly, but at my choice of how much I can pay.
You mean to the other place, to the toll place?
Right.
Well, what does selling your car have to do with it?
What I'm asking is, can they hold me up, keep me from selling my car?
Oh.
No.
They don't have a lien. They don't have a lien on your car. You can't get it renewed or registered, but they can't stop you from selling it.
Tom, you know it doesn't make sense. I thought Janice told me she's having to hide her car because it's not registered and it's threatened to be towed. But she bought a garage to hide her car. How did she afford to buy a garage to hide a car but not be able to pay her bill?
I don't think she bought the garage. I think you're renting it, right, Janice?
Maybe rented one.
I'm renting it. I took what was left after I paid my bills. I took what was left to rent a garage.
I get it.
Because my tags are expired. I have a license plate and everything. I am registered, but...
Now, if you sell your car, what are you going to do about transportation?
Well, I have family and Uber. I mean, I can't pay what they want me to do it.
But you don't.
$200 a month.
You don't have any other bills, right?
No, I just have the regular bills. I'm not able to.
How much is your garage rent? How much is that?
85.
85. Okay.
You know, listen, I understand her. I understand her predicament. We could all, judge her and say she should have paid her bill when she was being reimbursed, which is, of course, it's all catching up to you now, Janice. And the point is, though, you can sell your car, but what were you going to say?
If she's not going to drive, there's nothing they can do to her. If she doesn't need a license, they can't take her disability. She's judgment-proof other than this regulatory hammer they've got held over her.
They won't renew her license.
Could she have, for example, a daughter register it? Can anybody else register that vehicle?
Well, yeah, if she transfers it to him. Yeah. Right. She can transfer and borrow her daughter's car, anything like that. Anyway, Gigi Wink, winkandwink.com for bankruptcy counseling and debt settlement. They do it all. 303-410-1720, 303-410-1720. Chance, I want you to play a little tune for us, and then we're going to go into a break. But just do it, and then I'll cue when we go to a break. I just want you to play. This is our friend Chance. He's available for parties or offices or gigs, of course, and we'll give out his information. Go ahead, Chance.
You want me to play right now, Tom?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, and then we're going to take a break. Go ahead.
All right, Simply Floors, affordable interest mortgage, and become the banker. Come about 20 seconds.
Can it really help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet. Okay, but can it help keep us asleep? It senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you effortlessly comfortable. Sleep Number, proven quality sleep is life-changing sleep. Don't miss our weekend special. Save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, plus special financing on all smart beds and fun bed.
All right, 5 seconds to afford affordable interest, become banker.
Wire T store for details.
Affordable Interest Mortgage is a place where you can get that wonderful loan I call My Bank, My Loan, My Way. Kurt Rogers, the owner of Affordable Interest Mortgage, he calls it the asset manager. Really, it's a wonderful loan. Here's how it works. It's a line of credit, basically, on your home. So it takes the place of your first mortgage, and you can draw out extra equity if you need it, or you can pay it down with every dime you have in the bank. It counts against your balance for the calculation of interest just by having money in the bank. So over a month, when you have money in the bank and you're paying bills, that money goes up and down. It counts against your daily interest for an overall savings. It's a wonderful loan. You can pay as much down as you want and get it back again. Affordable Interest Mortgage, it's called the Asset Manager, 720-895-0500. And of course, he has all the other loans available as well, FHA, VA, and conventional. AImortgage.net, AImortgage.net, 720-895-0500. And speaking of financing, I want to direct you to becomethebanker.org. That's where you'll find Joe Chiano. In fact, he's on right now, and he'll be telling us more about Become the Banker, which is overfunding life insurance. We didn't have to do this. And, of course, he'll tell us about his guaranteed pension for life. More on that when he comes up right after the break. Simply Floors, Inc. is a place to make your own appointment. Mark, have you used Simply Floors, Inc. what, 3 times maybe? I've used them. We love them. Twice.
And tell me about the experience. Seriously, you made your own appointment?
Yeah. Buddy shows up, or the salespeople show up, and they come out. They measure, like when we were getting carpet. They measure the entire area. They bring samples of different carpet, different colors. They even have a designer that helped us out, kind of match up with our furniture. Then, if you like the price, you place the order, and guess what? A week later, brand new carpet, brand new LVT, brand new hardwood. It's simple as that.
Simplyfloorsinc.com.
Swelling, cramps, restless legs. 1 in 5 people lives with the discomfort of
Listen,
disease, and that's a lot more common
so
than you think.
this E470, so if I put a lien on your house, I don't give a fuck if you want to sell it or not. So you're saying you don't think they can hold a registration even if the guy wanted to sell it? I agree, it sounds crazy if they could, but shit, it almost seems like they would have that power.
I don't think they put a lien on the car.
You think it's on the person?
No, it's not on the person. It's on the registration or the license. It's the license plates. They're stopping her from getting plates, just like they stop
for that
car.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. They're literally stopping the plates, or the renewal of the plates.
And I think she might be able to trick him if she gets another car. I think. I don't know.
Well, that's another good one. So if she sold this, gets another car, can she register that? I bet she can't register crap in her name till it's paid in Colorado.
Maybe.
I bet you that's how it works. Because that loophole would be too huge.
It would be.
Receive 0% interest when you call today. 720-573-0086. 720-573-0086. That's 720-573-0086.
Did you know that secondhand marijuana smoke has many of the same chemicals in secondhand tobacco smoke? In fact, 33 of those chemicals are toxic and can cause cancer, and breathing them could affect your health. For more information, visit smokeissmoke.com. The group to alleviate smoking pollution works to protect every right to breathe smoke-free air.
From the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer Weather Center. Under mostly sunny skies, we'll have a breezy afternoon, the high 46, but don't let your guard down. Arctic air may approach this weekend. I'm Fox 31, the boy weather meteorologist, Brooks Garner.
This report is
American
sponsored
Car
by Russell
Shield.
Silver Candy. Football is game, but love isn't. So don't forget to pick up a heart-shaped box of Russell Silver chocolate this Valentine's Day. Then prove to her that football is just a fleeting fantasy.
10 seconds.
She is your number one. Make happy this Valentine's Day with Russell Silver.
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com. Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK. 713-8255. I don't know why this fascinates me, but it does. So, Joe, if somebody had $300,000 in a bank or in another retirement
plan of some kind, and they wanted to transfer this into a guaranteed pension for life. So, you know, it's not unheard of that people might have $300,000 in retirement. Can they roll it over from a qualified plan? And we're talking to Joe Cano, by the way, and he can be found at becomethebanker.org. The name of the product is Guaranteed Pension for Life. That's what he calls it. So, okay, so they roll over this $300,000, and how does it become income? Is it just because these annuitized companies, these big insurance companies, know how to invest it to guarantee a return for them and for you? I mean, what is... Go ahead. Okay, so yeah, now when people say, Tom, like I got an email, just sounds too good to be true. I put money away and it turns out to be income. Now I want to make this clear. Like if you put $100,000 away and nothing else, if you keep it in, the longer you keep it in, the more the pension will be. And if you put in 300,
the same thing. The longer you keep it in, the more the pension will be. But it'll always be more than the one who put in $100,000. For example, it depends on how much you put away. It's not magic, but it is magic in a certain way, meaning this. What is it really costing? You might say, well, why doesn't everyone just put in, whatever they have and then retire? Because here's the deal. You are giving up something when you deposit this money. You're giving up liquidity, okay, for a certain period of time. And then in exchange for that, you get security. And some people don't care about the liquidity as much as they do the security. But here's what somebody wants to know, and I think this is very important. If you if you take the monthly payments that you're getting, you could very easily outlive the money you have, easily, but they still keep paying you. Is that right?
That is right. They will pay you till the day you pass away.
Now,
and Tom,
obviously that's because some people die sooner than others, and all in all, when they average it out, they're making money and you're making income. What were you going to say, Joe?
No, I was going to say, we have a good example of that. Last week, a lady who's 78 years old called me, and she's been my client from before, but I mean, she has over $100,000 in a savings account, losing money, which is making less than 1%.
Right.
So I told her about this beautiful plan, and she said, "I'll do it immediately."
With a lump sum. Now, somebody may ask this, because I've also gotten this question. What if they put the money away, they're taking monthly payments, and then they die? What happens if they don't get all the money out?
They'll never leave anything on the table, Tom. Their loved ones will get their account balance. So no matter what happens, if they die too soon, somebody will get their account balance. So they will always get their money back. Plus.
So, if you put the money in, it sits there and turns into income. Then, if you die and you did not get all of it, your family gets the rest.
That is correct.
Or your estate. It doesn't have to be your family. All right, thank you, Joe. Listen, you can sign up for becomethebanker.org and find out more. Or is it the phone number? I always forget, Suzanne. Put the phone number up. I'll give it out. Sean's got a workers' comp issue. Go ahead, Sean. What is your workers' comp issue?
Yes. I got hurt at work.
Yes.
In December.
Yeah.
And I had to move at the same time out of state.
Okay. Now, where were you working when you got hurt?
I was working at U.S. Foods.
Okay. And what state? Colorado?
Colorado.
Okay. You were working at U.S. Foods. And what was the nature of your injury?
I was just doing my job, and my legs started to hurt going down my back.
What was the injury? Or was it repetitive? Was it over a long time? And did they accept the injury as workers' comp?
They just kept it in investigation.
Did they ever open a case and pay you benefits?
No. They opened a case, but they never paid benefits.
So they never actually granted you workers' comp at this time?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. So how long ago was this injury, did you say? How long ago?
December 6th.
Of 2020?
Yep.
Okay. Well, then that's not unusual, for goodness sakes, that it's only been a month.
Okay.
Or a little more than a month. So then, did you leave their employ?
No.
So you're still working there?
I haven't worked because they can't accommodate the restrictions.
What about, this is really important.
Mm-hmm.
What about, Suzanne, were you talking? What about your benefits? Did you get any benefit? You don't get anything. So right now you're home. Right now you're home and injured, is what you're saying, and nothing is happening.
Yeah.
So you need an attorney, Sean. I know what they're doing. They're going to deny this because you didn't have an injury. If all of a sudden you get sick or you have, it's not all workers' comp just because you're at work and you notice like your legs hurt. It has to be actually done by something. Now, I'm not the judge here. You may very well have a workers' comp issue. I don't know if you do or not. But what was the incident that injured you?
I was doing my job. I was
I get that, bro. I get that. But what was
ramp.
the job? What was the injury? Did something fall on you?
No.
Okay. What happened?
I was delivering with a two-wheeler.
Yeah.
A bunch of product on it. And
a bicycle? You're talking about a bicycle?
No. A
dolly. A dolly. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And I was going down the ramp.
Yeah.
And it just felt like my back hurt. And then.
Okay, so you sprained your back while you were wheeling the dolly. Did you report it?
Yes. Right away.
And what did they say? Did they send you to a doctor?
Yes.
And what did the doctor say?
The doctor took an X-ray and said that there was no bones out of place. And then when I had to move.
When you mean move, where'd you move? Out of state? Where'd you move?
Yeah, I moved out of state.
Where are you now?
Missouri.
Okay, so basically you don't have a claim. They're denying it.
Okay.
Is that right or not?
Yeah. Well, right now they have me set
Did you get a letter of Did you get a letter of denial?
Yeah.
Okay, then they denied you. And what was the reason they gave? This shouldn't be that hard, Sean.
Related.
But it's not work. Okay, and that's very well could be true. But I want to get an attorney on to talk to you. Because we owe it to you. Cliff Enton Law, he's pretty good at this. Now, Joe Chiano, Become the Banker. You know, I don't like using the name Become the Banker because I love Become the Banker, the overfunding of life insurance, but you also have guaranteed pension for life. So we got to come up with something that tells people you're not a one-trick pony here. And again, the number is 303-779-6600. Joe, I'm intrigued by this pension thing, and as I've talked to you guys privately about doing it, we don't have to get into detail, but I was amazed that at my age, I can put money away, and I can actually start getting an income in a couple years here. I mean, I don't even have to wait that long, and it does almost seem too good to be true. And then Mark said, well, remember, Tom, you are giving up something. You're giving up liquidity, immediate liquidity. Like, Joe, what if people do this and then they need money for something? I don't know, something dire. What do you do then? Are you there, Joe? He's not there, so we got to figure out what happened to him. All right, 303-713-TALK. More coming up.
Can you guys call him back?
This is Denver's. Yeah, he dropped off a couple times. I don't know what's going on. We'll figure it out. Home Vest is my high saving bright light in about a minute.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Russell Stover Candies.
From the Betfred Sports Traffic Center, a nice quiet drive around the metro area right now. Traffic moving at or near posted speeds on I-25 in both directions from Erie to Castle Rock and beyond. I-70 looking good as well.
Ask my expert if he thinks that's a wearable part or not. Perfect. Or you're a mechanic. That might be easier too. Just the general term of what the part is called. I don't need the exact Kia name. I just need what that part is called in general.
I'm Jenny LaRose, 630 KHOW.
Thank you kindly.
Here you go. 10 seconds home investors, mile high.
Joe, are you there? Okay, Tom tried to talk to you and you weren't there, so okay, hang on a minute.
Bright Light Chiropractic is Dr. Mike Hederscheit. Bright Light Chiropractic. They are targeted adjustments, neuro adjustments, meaning he goes to the root of the nerve where the pain is emanating. And it's great for neuropathy and back pain and neck pain, headache, sciatica, knee problems. So many people have found relief. And that healthcare is a big deal on my show. BrightLightDenver.com to find find out more. He's in the University and County Line area. Listen to this. Just $49 for a complete comprehensive evaluation. That means imaging and an exam. And then, do you know that adjustments start at just $30? Right? Light.
Troubleshooter Show, what is your first name?
Mile High, estateplanning.com.
Good, hi. What is your first name?
Solid referral for Blake Harris.
Albertus, I think we've talked before.
Question. Do you know that Blake does
This is Suzanne. Yes. That middle
An associated flat rate, a simple will, a trust, a beneficiary's deed. What about a prenup or a postnup or a power of attorney? All of these documents can be done by Mile High, estateplanning.com, and you pay accordingly. It's so simple. But you need information to protect your legacy. A good estate plan is all about protection while you're alive and after you pass. 833-ASK-BLAKE. 833-ASK-BLAKE. I trust my estate to him, and you certainly can. 833-ASK-BLAKE. There's a simple phone call that you can make that can sell your home today. Get a check in a couple days. If you don't want to pay commissions, inspections, you don't want to do anything, you just want to get out. Some homes are premium, and you want to put them on the market and nurse them along and use like somebody like Frank Durand. But for others, you may just want to get out and be done. And for that, you can call 800-44-BUYER. Now listen, you may be thinking, oh, they'll never give me what I want. You never really know. They've bought thousands of homes already. And you'll never know without trying. There is absolutely no obligation. So call them and find out. 800-44-BUYER. 800-44-BUYER.
Kristen and I looked at a lot of kitchen countertop companies before we settled on Granite Direct for our new kitchen. And one of the things that we loved about them was the selection of granite. Granite Direct has new material coming in all the time. And since this is natural material, there can be pretty significant variations and just interesting, different stuff. So I want to encourage you to check it out if you've been thinking about new kitchen countertops, and make sure to ask them about the special offer for my listeners. Learn more at coloradogranite.com. That's coloradogranite.com.
Do you have a financial advisor? Or maybe thinking of getting one?
Do you think, Mark,
make sure your advisor is a fiduciary.
This sucking ass
That's
is just going to
someone
go on
who's
for 4
legally
years?
required to serve your best interest.
Probably. Their ratings will just...
No, I told you, man. Me and you disagreed on this. Their ratings are already fucking hurting with Trump out. They're going to have to turn on the administration over something. They're going to have to survive. So let me tell you, the almighty dollar is one thing that does outlive politics. Don't you believe that?
Personal financial plan to help you reach your goals.
No.
And when you meet with us, we'll give you answers to the key questions.
I think politics trump everything, even religion.
I don't think they trump the dollar, because the dollar creates political.
No, I do. I think they do. I think people look at these ultra elite rich people. They're willing to give up millions in taxes, millions.
Yeah, but ultimately, they know they're going to get. They're going to get it back. They all have so many cutouts there too, man. Especially these Hollywood guys.
If you ever sold a home, you know it's a hassle. From the prep work to the open house.
I'm making some trades. Well,
what if I told you there
Mark,
was
I think to solve this whole thing, they should just make me king.
Go to Orchard.com.
That'll do it.
Their Move First service helps you buy. Then list your old home once you're all moved out. That means you'll never have to deal with shovels, open houses, double moves, or double mortgages. And to make sure you get the best possible price, Orchard can also handle making repairs or updates, so your home is list ready. Joe, a recent Orchard client, said, "With Orchard, we got our new home for $10,000 less and got asking price on our old one. Highly recommend." Cabot, another client, said, "We didn't have to carry 2 mortgages, didn't have to rush to move, and most importantly, we beat out 7 other offers for our new home." Go to Orchard.com now, enter your address, and get started with a free valuation. It's that easy. That's Orchard.com. Again, Orchard.com.
This is Brent Ivinson with Ideal Home Loans, and rates are still at record lows. but you don't want to play the waiting game because you're likely to get burned. Call Ideal Home Loans today where you can take advantage of our interest rate guarantee and cash in on some of the lowest interest rates we've ever seen. Call us today at 303-867-7000 to talk to one of our salary-based lending specialists or online at idealhomeloans.com. Equal opportunity lender regulated by DORA, NLS 136756 for terms and conditions. Call 844-45-IDEAL.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents Doug.
Okay, clients, let's bump it up tonight.
Come on, Limu, keep peddling. We got to build our endurance to let more people know that Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Pick up the Facebook legs.
Hey, don't talk to Limu like that.
I'm not talking to
Oh,
you.
I see why.
Liberty. Get a customized
Fox outrate CNN.
This is Dave Logan. The law.
Sorry, sir.
This is
This
Dave
Fox
Logan.
rate
Serious
CNN.
law firm.
Oh, yeah.
This case.
Usually almost
All
all.
on 15.
I mean, they might have some weird fluke sometimes, but
Sounding like Hillary Clinton, President Biden now claims that he was once shot at overseas. No, he was not. Let's talk about it at 2.
I'm Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
Miranda, what's happening?
Hello?
Hi, Miranda. By the way, we have lines open at 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Miranda, go ahead.
Hi, yes. I'm calling because I have tried every revenue I can think of, and my mom suggested that I call you guys. I have reported to the management of where I live at. I have reported to the police.
What are we talking about?
So I've been having the issue with my neighbors, and it's been going on since 2019. Well, we live in low-income housing for single families, and I am now facing criminal charges because of this girl. And they threatened to
Miranda, let's back up. You're having conflict with this girl. Is this girl with management, landlord, or is this girl a tenant?
She's a tenant. She's my neighbor.
And how long have you guys been neighbors?
She moved in like 2019. I've lived there since 2018.
Oh, I see. And when did the friction start?
It started in July of 2019.
What
when
happened? What happened?
Her boyfriend, who's not supposed to be living there, because like I said, this is a low-income family.
Right.
They actually do drugs, and he came to my house. I had company, and he said, he knocked on the door and he was trying to fight with the person I had there, my guest, and he said, "Are you talking about me? I heard you say my name through the wall." And I was all, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you even listening to my conversation through the wall?
Someone actually knocked at your door and said, "We heard you talking about us through the wall." Anyway, to speed this up, you've been having nothing but trouble. Did it ever come to fisticuffs or anything?
Yes, well, so I'm facing charges right now. So I guess in 2019, like I said, I've had problems with these people. I had kept on reporting it. Well, one day the girl came out of, I don't want to say no name. I don't know if I can or cannot say names.
I don't want to use full names right now, but what I need to know is what happened. What happened? Why are you facing charges?
So because she came out of her apartment and she attacked me. And I guess she thought that she was going to get the better of me, and I ended up knocking out her teeth. So now we both got charged.
Now listen, Miranda. Miranda, I'm glad that you're not using any bad words, and the reason I say that is because sometimes when I get upset and I'm describing things, I let some F-bombs slip out, so don't do that. Remember, you're on the radio. But let me ask you this, because that's why I don't want you to repeat stuff. So she comes out. Why did she attack you?
Because when her boyfriend came over to my apartment and tried to fight with my company, I had reported it to the management, and the management told me, well, you need to call the cops. So I told her I didn't really want to do that, so I told the neighbor, I said, hey, look, I went to management and I told them that I'm not okay with this, and instead of me calling the cops, I'd rather just talk to you as an adult. Well, she was pretty snappy, and it just all started from there.
Right.
And
so, wait, she actually started, did she get in your face first? Did she throw the first punch?
Yeah, she was in my face. I actually had my daughter with me.
Did she swing first?
Yes.
And
she lied, though. She lied and she told the cops different. So when I told them my side of the story, they decided not to She's the one who had called the cops after she attacked me because of what happened.
But then you countered and knocked her teeth out?
Yes. This is what I'm facing charges for right now. And I have been reporting to my case managers, to my therapist, and to
Why
my
didn't you
housing
say
manager.
it was why don't they believe it was self-defense?
I did, but because she counter-reacted with, I hit her first, they charged us both with public fighting instead. They were going to charge me with a felony too, a second-degree felony, because the damage to her was so extensive. I didn't do that on purpose. It was out of reaction. Like I said, my child was right there. I have been reporting this.
Okay.
So even after this incident,
so when do you face these charges?
It's ongoing. I'm still trying to get them taken care of. They gave me, I'd rather not say what the full.
Well, what do you want? What do you want from us?
So this is the thing right now. The Section 8, the place where I live at. So I'm telling them because this girl, her boyfriend got kicked off the property. She took my cat.
What?
She has my daughter's cat. She had my cat locked in her house.
How do you know? How do you know she has your...
I have a video of it. I have a video of it.
So
and I have to put a security camera up in front of my house because it's become so bad.
Miranda, right now she has your cat inside her apartment?
No longer does she. Supposedly she let the cat out, but... Like I said, I have a video camera.
Then where's the cat? Where's the cat now?
Nobody knows now.
Oh no!
She said she let the cat out, but nobody's seen the cat. So now, I just got off the phone with them.
Let me get this straight. She admits that she took the cat in.
Yes, she said that she did not know that the cat went into her house.
And then when she noticed the cat, she let it out.
Supposedly. So she hasn't been staying there since Thursday, this past Thursday, when her boyfriend
What do you need? What do you need from us?
I need probably some kind of protection, because now they're threatening to kick me out of my house because I'm complaining still about what is going on with this girl.
There's nothing worse, nothing in the world worse
than a cat fight.
No, there's nothing worse, Miranda, you know what I mean, than neighbors that don't get along. I swear to God, there's nothing worse, because no one, and I hope you take this right, no one will ever be seen as right or wrong. The landlord will not, unless there's just out and out, hostility and there's a lot of proof. If there's not a lot of proof, we're going to have a problem. So what we need to do, do you have any evidence, because your daughter is not going to be evidenced, do you have any third parties that have witnessed anything?
Oh, yes, I have. I have a lot of people. I have video.
Okay, here's what I want to do. I want video. Or any proof that you have, or names of neighbors. And we will take this back up tomorrow, I promise you. We will take this back up tomorrow. Now, before the break, we were talking, last break, we were talking about liquidity and what happens in emergencies or whatever, and what kind of money you put in. With retirement, for example, you don't have liquidity either unless you go through some hoops. So it would be, if you looked at it like that, it wouldn't be a big deal. We'll come back to Joe Chiano and talk about that and more. Get your calls in right after this.
Get the calls up. If I can't take him, at least I can talk to him and get him for a while.
Gotcha. Colorado Pain Care and Affordable Interest Mortgage and Abstractor here. Did you like the sound effect?
Cat fight and the an oil seed pipe. Pardon me. Oil feed pipe. And that is the part that they're saying. I already have the number, the 282-402-6411. Fox 31 pinpoint weather, plenty of sunshine this afternoon, the high in the low 40s. And both of those parts are being denied, or just the one you told me? Tuesday with a high in the upper 30s. Okay, thank you. Marty or I will be in touch. Thank you, bye-bye.
All right, here you go. About 10 seconds. Colorado Pain Care and Affordable Interest. Oh, because as soon as he said cat fight, I was like, wait, I have a sound effect for that. I was like, I have a sound for that.
You don't have to live with pain. If you've heard the doctors from Colorado Pain Care on my show, you know that they're dedicated to to helping you with your pain. ColoradoPainCare.com. I'm serious. These docs are a godsend for some of you. If you're living with pain, you don't have to. They have all kinds of therapies and new therapies to help you. Just call and find out. The call costs you nothing, and all insurances are accepted, including Medicaid, Medicare, workers' comp. 303-GOT-PAIN. 303-GOT-PAIN. ColoradoPainCare.com. You've heard me talk about mortgages. You've heard me talk about affordable interest mortgage and Kurt Rogers. You heard me talk about the Asset Manager, that phenomenal line of credit that is a loan on your home that you can pay up and down at will, and any money you have in the bank counts toward your daily interest. It's called the Asset Manager. But he also can do FHA loans for you, conventional loans, VA loans. All you have to do is call for help. 70895-0500. Someone I know and trust. Affordable Interest Mortgage, Kurt Rogers, AImortgage.net.
Did you know the River Nile flows south to north?
I just sold a shit.
At Troubleshooter.com. Give me a short summary of the issue with your contact information. If you have a common last name, Alan, that they're going to have a hard time finding you in the system, please include the last 4 of your Social Security number. Because here's the deal, like, I don't want them, you wait around a week and then they say, oh, gee, I need their Social Security number or their last 4 for this to look them up. So, yeah, do send it over to me. I'll be sending my new list out in the next few days, and I'll get yours on there as well. You're welcome, Alan. Have a nice day. Bye. Troubleshooter Show. What is your first name? Have a good day. Thanks. Bye. Troubleshooter Show. What is your first name? Hi, Ron. In a sentence or less, what would you like to talk to Tom about on the show today? Ron, are you the one without the PC? Did they get back to you, sir? And you're all set now. Well, I am just yelling a hallelujah for a Monday, Ron. I am so happy that they finally got with you, and I'm going to be a little bummed because you're not going to be calling me anymore. Oh, okay. Yes. Ron, you are so, I'm glad that they called you and got you all set up, and that you're resolved that way. That makes me feel good to hear that. Made my Monday. Okay. You are so welcome, and you just call us anytime you need help, okay? Take good care, Ron. Bye-bye. All right.
Hello, good neighbor. Pat Boone here. You know, for years I've been warning Americans about the secret war on cash by big government, targeting your money and your privacy. Now, recent reports confirm that some banks are refusing to cash checks, and cash is being confiscated.
Oh, Miranda's done.
I'm not serious. It's pretty shocking. The folks at Swiss America have detailed all the dirty little government secrets in their free report, The Secret War on Cash, and it's available now by calling 800-289-2646. Why don't you write that down? 800-289-2646. Because time's running out to take action. Don't become the next victim in this battle. Get The Secret War on Cash. Call 800-289-2646. And be sure to tell them Pat Boone gave you this number, 800-289-2646.
Denver's talk station. It's your shot to win $1,000. Come on, you got it.
All right, I'm at 20 seconds. What's wrong?
For the 12K a day giveaway.
All right.
Sponsored by Migraines. On 630K.
Save 10% on Benjamin Moore paint by joining the Guy Reed
Sign up today. Gyrate, your neighborhood feed store since $18.99.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So Joe Chiano is back with us, becomethebanker.org. I want to ask, okay, so guy puts his money, he puts some money in. Now, with retirement, as I said, people don't often worry about liquidity because it's put away. They have to borrow against it or something like that. So let's say they take it out of a bank and put a lump sum in. Let's first of all talk about non-retirement accounts. Let's say they put a lump sum in that they had a CD or something making hardly any interest, and they put it in here. And let's say, whatever, 100, 200, 300, 400, whatever it is, and they want this guaranteed pension for life, and they need some kind of lump sum. What happens? Do they give up their pension? What happens?
Well, Tom, if they decide to take a pension or a paycheck for the rest of their life, they can't go back and get a lump sum anymore.
Right.
It's done.
Once it starts paying, right? Once it starts paying out, they have to take the monthly payments.
That is right. However, though, before they start taking the monthly payments or the annual payments, if they need the money
in the contributing period, while you're contributing and as it's growing, if they need the money, then what?
They can actually take 10%. Up to 10% of their account value without any company penalty.
Oh,
period.
Okay. So during their life while they're building this up, or if they put a lump sum in and it's growing, or they're contributing, or both, if they need money, they can take up to 10% without any kind of penalty whatsoever.
That is right. Absolutely right.
Okay. So so basically the bottom line is you got to be committed to wanting this to work for you as income.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is a real retirement or a real pension. So most people, when they retire, they need to have income streams coming in so they don't have to go back to work. So this is one income stream that they could have, but it doesn't happen overnight. So if you have money laying around in a savings account or a CD that's paying you less than 1 or 2%, man, I tell you what, you can move that money and be guaranteed an income for the rest of your life, Tom. And if something were to happen to you, the account balance will go to your family, to your loved ones. I mean, there's no way you can lose.
No, you're right. You're right. That's a wonderful thing. I mean, if you think about it, you are exchanging that money for a pension because it's almost like, well, it's like you've taken money you've made over your life and you're deferring it, and you're putting it into a monthly check, and this monthly check is guaranteed. Now, while you are drawing money from this account, is the balance still growing? If you're in the pension period where you're getting a monthly pension, is the rest of it still growing?
Well, absolutely, absolutely. It follows an index, either the S&P 500 or the Dow Jones or the Nasdaq. We can help the client choose all those indices, but the account is still growing.
Now, another thing, if this is a guaranteed pension for life, and let's say you put in a certain amount for a certain amount of income, does the income go up and down based on the performance of the investment, or can you get a guaranteed number, like if I need so much a month?
No, you cannot. It doesn't fluctuate. Once you turn the switch on and you say, I want to have an income for the rest of my life, then that amount is guaranteed by the company, guaranteed, and they have that on black and white. It's a guaranteed amount, a guaranteed paycheck that will last till the day that you pass away.
Now, if people are getting into this during their working life, okay, and they set it up, what are the monthly contributions if they're doing this themselves?
It just depends. If they want to have a qualified plan like an IRA, for example,
right?
They can have one. Then the limit is $6,500 for the year. So they cannot put any more than that. That would all be tax deferred. tax deferred. But if they want to just have a non-qualified, not an IRA,
right,
just a non-qualified pension plan, they can put any amount they want.
So it's okay. So they can put any amount, and so they can put as little or as much as they want. Can it fluctuate how much they put in, like if they are having a good year?
Absolutely. It's what they call a flexible premium.
All right.
Flexible deposit.
To find out more about this pension for life, very intriguing. 303-779-6600. Remember, folks, save all your problems for me.
Follow Tom Martino at Real Tom Martino and
That Become the Banker, the number on the referral list is not that number. That's why originally I didn't put out any number for you. I was like, oh, hopefully he has what he wants. And it's okay.